Hey everyone, Hazel and I cannot thank you all enough for the support you've shown our podcast.
Wow, yeah, it's amazing, you guys and gals out there. Every time I hear somebody say that they actually listen to us, I just don't believe it, and I want to call them a liar.
You know, Hazel, I just wanted to mention something before we get on with the show today. We're now going to put timestamps for each segment of our show in our weekly show description. That way, you can decide exactly what you want to hear, whether you want to listen to our beautiful voices for the entire podcast or zip right to that guest speedrun segment and find out how many they got right this week. You decide.
Yeah, or if you're, Raven and you want to find out, how many mistakes we've made in the episode and call us out on Saturday mornings, you can certainly do that as well. You know what, Gatr? I think it's a brilliant idea. You are a genius. Wait a minute, did I just say that? I'm just reading the script. I'm not going to say that.
No. You said you would say that. Read the script, man. Come on.
You know me, man. I don't read scripts. This is amateur bullshit.
Dude, you agreed, man. You agreed to this. No. Yes. We join our show already in progress. Meanwhile, in Bellevue, Washington.
Hey, DMG. Season 13 starting soon, and what are you thinking we should do?
So, Luke, the community bounty, except for some guy in Florida.
Mark here. Guys, let's be inventive and just get rid of bounties. Wait a second. Let's just put them in the quest log. I think that'll work.
Sure, let's do that. One is using rocket launchers for the of tomorrow.
You know what? I fucking love rocket launchers. I think we need to buff them. I really do. I think that'll open it up a little bit more. Let's go crazy and do like 29%.
That's great. It'll diversity and lets the player play how they want.
Keep cutting out, but I think I know what you're saying. Let's nerf swords and buff grenade launchers.
One last thing. The community is asking to have the stability of mouse and keyboard on controller for PC.
You know what? I think we can give them what they want.
Wow, you came through loud and clear. Let's make them the same.
That's great.
Increased recoil on mouse and keyboard.
Honey, are you playing Bejeweled again? I need more Wi-Fi. This is important. People are going to be pissed if this happens. Oh, man.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to episode 80. Damn, 80 episodes of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe, and we interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. We're the show that loves that you do Destiny. I'm your host, the Gatr, and my co-host, Hazel, is here as well. Hey, man. How you been?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. I can't believe we're at 80 episodes.
God, man, you think we would have 80 episodes way back in July of 2019?
I didn't think we'd have 8 listeners.
And that's the truth.
And that's counting you, me, and my wife.
Easy,
and your wife. Yeah, it's like
exactly. Yeah.
All the sympathy listens that we get.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
But yeah, well, I've been good, man. Been good. I mean, work has been insane. People are getting fired. Management, it's fantastic. It's just chaos. So,
okay, it must
mean it's like a roller coaster ride.
It must mean it worked out for you management wise. I hear you. All right, cool. I know what you're talking about. Sorry, listener. That's an inside story there, but
no, it's just like chaos. Every day is a roller coaster ride. I don't know what I'm going to walk into the next day. It's fun. So yeah. Aside from that, though, I mean, wife's good, kid's good. The bike has been torturous. I love it. So the Peloton app, I've been using that, and yeah, I was goofing around and I'm like, hey, I've got like 10 minutes. I'm going to just do this quick, like 5-minute ab workout. How bad could it be? Yeah. 5 minutes is a long time when you're torturing yourself. It's fun.
Oh, for abs, that's a long time. It's an eternity.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, how about you, man?
It's been a good week, man. It's been a pretty quiet week. Damn it. You guys brought some more cold weather down here in Florida. It's 49 right now, and it was like 42 last night, 60 during the day. I don't know what the hell's going on.
60.
It was cold, man.
pansy.
My hands were cold. Ooh. Anyway,
Ooh.
maybe one thing that you all maybe don't know about me is I like
You
to make
sleep in the nude?
no.
We do know that.
We know that already, but I love plants, as me and Knuckle Scumdeath have that common. But I have been on a terrarium kick lately. I've been making these terrariums. Just think of a little enclosed plant structure in a jar. It's the coolest thing ever. I know. Everyone's asleep already. Anyway, let's move on. I think if we need to move on. Tonight, we have a returning guest that was here from the very beginning. He's the gaming dad that loves Ready Player One and also is the former 2019 SpeedRun champ. It's our longtime friend of the show. It's Mr. AgentAech. How you doing, man?
Doing well. Thank you for having me back.
Hey, man, I'm so happy you're
Yes.
back. I've been looking forward to
Yes.
this all week, man.
Definitely. Same. I've been looking for this ever since you started talking about this back like a couple weeks ago. So looking forward to this.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hey, what's going to be on the show tonight? I'm glad you asked. First, we're going to catch up with Mr. H here and see what's going on in his life. Next, we're going to test his twitch reflexes on our new and further improved fast fire segment we call the Speedrun. Hazel's going to go over the TWAB for this 12th week of Beyond Light Season of the Hunt, which ends, by the way, on February 9th. I think it's going to be about a week by the time this episode comes out. So get on it, guys. We'll answer community questions and add, of course, 2 songs each to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and iTunes. Oh, yeah, we might talk some Destiny, too. All right, let's roll. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or, you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what pics our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or Hazel, just visit our website at guardiandowncast.com for all the contact information and where else you want to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Don't you or me, man. Anyway, so hey, Guardians, check us out, and later, Guardians.
Toddles.
Hey, that's my line, man.
Well, Mr. Agent H, thank you again for coming out tonight, man. I know we haven't seen you in a long time, and for our listeners out there that maybe are just finding out about our show and weren't here from the very beginning, what do you do, man? What's your family situation, and where are you from?
I'm from Kansas, originally from Southwest Kansas, a town called Garden City. I've moved from there about 12, 13 years ago, live in a small little village called Pratt. It's about 5,000-6,000 people, maybe. I switched jobs recently. I used to manage a bar and grill here in town. I am returned to my former employer before that pretty recently. So I am working overnights for Walmart again as a team lead. I've got father of one. I've got a 13-year-old daughter at home that is keeps us busy with all the sports that she plays, and it's just my small little family here, and that's about it.
Nice, man. Well, what was one of your earliest moments in gaming?
Earliest moments in gaming. My first console was the Intellivision. But I don't really remember playing that. I remember playing games on it. I remember using the console. I don't remember what games they were, unfortunately, but I do remember it was kind of funny because I think it was you, Hazel, that brought up the tabletop games in a bar or something, because I remember playing Asteroids. So, an early memory that I have, maybe not so great, but it's still a memory. So like being in a bar with my dad and playing on a tabletop Asteroids in the basement of this bar. So that was kind of, I don't know. It's just, I've played games since I was a little kid, and it's just something that stuck with me ever since.
Well, H,
awesome.
How did you find Destiny, man?
I was a big Halo player. I bought the Xbox 360 for Halo 2. Halo 2 was my first Halo game. And I've kind of always liked arena shooters. You know, one of my first online games was Unreal Tournament 2. So Halo just kind of clicked, you know, and then Bungie split from them, obviously. And it was when I had started seeing advertisements that they were doing Destiny and started seeing commercials and trailers and stuff like that. It was just something that, you know, it was the guys that made Halo. It was a no-brainer for me because of how much I loved that game. So
I'm just curious, how are you handling COVID right now, man? How's Kansas? Are you guys on full lockdown? What's going on with the pandemic right now over there?
No lockdowns really. There's a lot of the restaurants have restrictions on what you can and can't do, like where, you know, how many people you can have in there, stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, no real lockdown in place. There's mask orders. So a lot of people do go out without mask, but a lot of people, I mean, I'd say it's about 50-50 here. We have people that are going, you know, into stores, into restaurants, you know, wearing them. One of the big things, and I don't know, it's kind of an odd rule, but like when you go to a restaurant, you have to have your mask on. But when you sit at your table, you could take it off.
I know. I mean, I was just going to say
it's such a weird thing.
And then the servers come to your to give your food, and your mask is off because you're drinking already. You know, you already got a soda or something, and you're like, right. I'm like grabbing for my mask, like, okay, thank you.
Well, they don't care here. I mean, they still come to the table. One restaurant that I did see that they have a spray hand sanitizer right there on the table that you can use. That's kind of a good gesture. That was something that when I was at the restaurant, I was trying to bring that in, you know, something that we could do. But other than that, I mean, it's really not like I haven't gone to a movie. I don't know if the theaters are open. I haven't really looked. But yeah, other than that, I mean,
anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Nothing good anyway.
There's some there's some good movies out.
Sorry. Go ahead, H. Sorry there.
But other than that, I mean, it's a mask order right now, and you know, just making sure people wear those so they can keep everyone else safe. But other than that, like the community that I'm in, it's pretty well under control. I say under control. I think we're currently sitting at 30 active cases. We've only gone over 100 active cases where I live once. And then within like a week or two, it was dropping back down, and we've kind of been in a steady decline since. I mean, we'll have, you know, 10 or 15 new cases a week, but we have just as many, if not more, go recovered, you know, the very next next week. So yeah,
that's good. Well, how you been, man? Shit. You know, you said you got a new job, and I mean, how was 2020 for you?
2020 it's kind of a mixed bag, man. So a few of you guys know, and not to bring the theme of the show down, but it is news. This was something that happened in 2020, but kind of right after. So the whole COVID thing hits. I'm not knowing if I'm going to have a job, you know, because I'm managing a restaurant, you know, and I was actually one of the first on unemployment. So for a little bit, I was on unemployment. Luckily, it didn't last long. You know, I got back on the payroll and continued to work. So really, like, pay for me, there was never really a big stress over making sure the bills were paid. You know, I didn't ever see a lapse in pay. But right after I got laid off, my brother passed away. And and then you're dealing with that in the middle of a lockdown, you know, where I have family that's wanting to go to a funeral and they can't go because we couldn't have more than 10.
And this was earlier in the pandemic, wasn't it, when this happened? Like that was like March or April?
It was mid-April.
Oh, I'm sorry,
he
man.
Passed.
Yeah.
I can't imagine losing a brother.
Yeah, it was just a whirlwind, man. It was pretty crazy. So so lockdown happens. I lose my brother. We have services. You know, I go back to work. Work saw its ups and downs. Like some days we were busy, and then other days it was like, holy crap, are we going to be able to keep the lights on this week? Like, what's, you know, so the year goes by. I worked through the summer, and like I said, didn't really see a lapse. I never was stressed about paying bills. Luckily, I was very fortunate with that. And then I had kind of flirted with the idea of looking for a new job just because. So another thing that happened to me in 2020 is I had surgery. And so I had hernia repair surgery, and I've had insurance the entire time I've worked for the restaurant. I pay out of my own pocket, so it's an astronomical amount.
Yeah.
And it's crappy insurance. So my insurance covered none of my surgery at all. Like it covered none of it.
What?
So I was like,
it wasn't 80/20?
No,
Oh,
they didn't.
God.
I didn't hit my deductible. My deductible was $6,500, and the surgery total cost of the surgery was $6,100.
Oh, geez.
So I paid for it out of my own pocket. So I start flirting with the idea of looking for a new job. I had zero plans on, I worked for Walmart for 15 years. I was an assistant manager there for 6, and that's actually what brought me to where I live now. And I had no intention of going back to that job. I didn't leave it on a bad note. It was just one of those things where, I think I wanted to try something different. Just kind of got tired of the retail life, I guess. And go figure, go from retail to the service industry. Not like it's any better, but I don't know. I had kind of heard they did a little restructure. So I had called an old friend of mine who is now a store manager in a store that's 90 miles from here. So I called for some advice. I'm like, hey, what can you tell me about these positions? And he goes, I've got 2 openings. Do you want one of them? And so I'm like, oh crap. Like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, it's going to pay you, you're going to come back in full time. You're going to get all your benefits back. Pay was better than what I'm making now. Like, I'm like, holy crap. Like I didn't plan on looking until, January, February. I was going to finish the year at the restaurant and then start looking. And then, so I just got offered a job like right in November. So the week, I do the interview, obviously get it, and put my notice in at the restaurant. And yeah, so I'm driving 90 miles one way to go to work now.
Did you say 90?
90, yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
I drive 3 hours a day just for work. But so the crazy thing is I make more money, and I have all my benefits. Like I said, Walmart's benefits are really good. So I've got good insurance. I've got retirement back, and then I'm still making more, even though I'm paying about $400 a month in gas.
Right. Well, you got no excuse, dude. Our monster 3-hour podcast, you should have no excuses every week.
Oh shit.
Right? You should be fully caught up, man. No excuses.
Dude, that's what I honestly, my drives, I have 4 podcasts that I listen to, and then I usually take down, so on my drive to work, I listen to a podcast, and then on the way home is either music or an audiobook. And right now I'm listening to I haven't listened for 2 weeks just because I've been stuck at home.
Right.
But is the new Star Wars book. I struggle to remember the name of it. It'll come to me, but yeah, one of the new the High Republic stories that they're doing.
Really?
Yeah. And so far it's really good. If you do any of the Star Wars, Light of the Jedi is what it is what it's called.
Light of the Jedi. Okay. Yeah.
And it's really good so far. I mean, they introduce a new enemy, and there's it's the High Republic days, so there's a ton of Jedi, none of them which are named Skywalker, which is kind of refreshing. so yeah, so it's pretty cool.
All right, well, we got to get these signature questions out of the way. H, let me start with this one, dude. What's up with the gamer tag?
So the gamer tag, you guys will find out how uncreative I am. So all of my gamer tags have been from none of them are original. So my OG gamer tag was Thunder Kizzle, and that is based
I love that name, man.
That is based off of the Thundercats. I don't know why it came to me. That's just what I picked, but it was because of the Thundercats. My second ever gamer tag was El Deuterino from The Big Lebowski.
Oh man, that's still my favorite.
Great song. Those are great, man.
And then AgentAech. So when Destiny 2 came out, I knew nothing about streaming. I knew nothing about podcast. Didn't really know like that whole space. So like all of Destiny 1, I played and basically went into everything blind. Didn't watch any videos, didn't listen to podcasts. I didn't do anything. I didn't watch Twitch, none of it. And then somehow I kind of found everything when Destiny 2 launched. And I had this idea that I wanted to stream. And that was about the time that I had discovered Ready Player One, the book. And H was a character in that book. The initial of my last name is H, so I'm like, okay, H, cool. Like that's I liked the spelling of it. I thought it was kind of cool. And then at the time I was also playing a lot of The Division, and so The Division, the characters in there are agents, and so it just kind of clicked. It was Agent H.
Dude, for the longest time when I first joined the Dad's Tales podcast Discord and I first found out about you, I swore you were an actual agent. I was like, CIA? Let's see. Maybe
no.
State Department?
No, I was a part-time division agent. That's it.
Wow.
That's awesome. All right, sir. So, do you have any hobbies? I know what one of them is, but do you have any hobbies that you enjoy aside from gaming?
Yeah, so disc golf is a huge one. I play probably. I used to, before I started going back working nights, I was playing 3-4 rounds a week. Now I'm usually about 1 or 2, but disc golf has always been there. I've played it off and on for probably 20-ish years, maybe a little less than that, maybe 18, 19. And I played it casually, probably 1 or 2 rounds a year when I lived in Texas. I lived in Texas for a year, and that was when I first discovered the game, and I just kind of casually played. And then the last 2 years is when I really it clicked. It was something to get me outside, do something different. And that's when it really I just kind of fell in love with it, and I've kind of no turning back ever since. And then my other hobby is cycling. So I started cycling as a form of exercise, and then just kind of slowly fell in love with it. And now,
dude, you dropped like a ton of weight, dude. I mean, you killed it.
130-ish pounds. I think I'm down right now.
I'm trying to lose 30. What's my excuse, right? Jesus. That's awesome, man.
The crazy thing is like the weight loss was all food.
Yeah.
And really that was just changing what I did for my nutrition. But once I started getting, once I was less people, that's when I really started working out. And the first thing I did was rowing. I really took to rowing right away.
Right.
But then I don't know, it was just something about cycling. Like my old boss at the restaurant, he rides a gravel bike, and I had seen kind of all of his pictures on Instagram that he would post from his rides and stuff. And I'm like, man, that looks just gorgeous getting out there on the bike. And so I tried it out, started on a cheap $70 mountain bike from Walmart, and just started riding, and then started shopping gravel bikes. And I bought my first gravel bike about April of last year. And so this is how much of a hobby it is I'm signed up for a race this April, and I'm training for it now. But it's a 200K gravel race. So about 125 miles.
Fantastic, man. That's awesome. I love it. And, all right, for listeners who don't know, we actually met in real life. Your family was down here visiting in Florida, and I met you halfway from where I lived and where you were coming in, and we went on airboat rides with the families and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Now, did I meet you before you lost the weight or after you lost the weight?
In the middle.
That's what I thought.
In the middle of it.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So I think...
No, I'm just curious.
Think I was... at my heaviest, I was about 350.
Okay.
And I think when I was in Florida, I was sitting at about 280-ish.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm proud of you, dude. That's awesome.
No, thanks.
That's you turned your life around. You took control.
Yeah.
And that's something I still struggle to this day to do, man.
Well, the thing is, and I couldn't have done it, and I get it. Like I put the work in, and
Sure.
I changed what I was doing, but I couldn't have done it without the support of these, so for those that don't know, and we ran one in your Discord there for a little bit too, but the Potato Thumbs guys have those weight loss challenges, and they run one, basically all year. They're the one, there's one that ends this weekend, and then the next one starts right after that. And, if anyone that listens isn't listening to Potato Thumbs and isn't in that Discord, do yourself a favor and listen to that show and then join their Discord. And the amount of knowledge and motivation and, I think it nips at one point, it was just kind of a kick in the teeth. Like, hey, you can do it. You keep losing and then gaining it all back. At some point you can just lose it and keep it off, right. And I think it's just a matter of, finding that motivation, find what works for you. And I think without that community, without this whole, community as a whole, I don't think I ever would have done it. Like, I was ready to give up. And I just got the right advice from a couple of the guys in those Discords, and it just clicked.
Well, again, dude, props to you. I bet that's a major feat.
Yeah, it is.
I can't imagine losing that much weight, man. That's just fantastic. All right, I have one more, Hazel. I'm sure you got one for him too. I'll have you close it out tonight.
Sure.
H, what is one thing about you that maybe nobody knows?
So I thought about this one, and it's kind of tricky because I'm pretty well an open book, but something that this community does not know about me. So most people know my real name is Jared. So there for the longest time, probably the only nickname I've ever had, because when your name is Jared, you have J-Rod and everything else. Right. But then one nickname that I've had forever was Carl.
You have to explain that one.
So it's the craziest shit. So, and there's so many funny stories with this name. So I think right out of high school, I think we were having a house party, having a bunch of people over. A bunch of them we did not know. So the group that we were, whose house it was at, we were like, okay, what are we? We need to come up with some nicknames. Like, these people don't know us. We don't want them to know our names. And everyone's coming up with like stupid shit like Cooter and Roscoe and everything else. And I don't know what it was, but I was just like, mine's going to be Carl. And so I called myself Carl that entire night. And then it turned into, I called myself Carl all the damn time. So really? Then I actually met a group of friends completely separate from this other group of friends where the name originally came from. And we used to play, I think it was like San Francisco Rush on Nintendo 64. And I set one of the high scores and I put my name in as Carl. Well, that's when it stuck with that group of friends. So fast forward like a year later, one of the guys that was at that house, he stops me and he goes, dude, I got to apologize to you. And I go, for what? And he goes, I've known you for over a year and I did not know that your name was not Carl. He goes, I've known you this whole time and I thought your real name was Carl. And I was like, nah, dude, it's Jared. And he's like, yeah, I know that now. But yeah. And those guys, like, if I talk to those guys, they still call me that. Like, it is weird for them to call me by my real name. So I don't go by it anymore, but yeah, for the longest time. And I'm talking like, dude, I went by Carl for years, probably 6, 7, 8 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Hey, at least you don't have the nickname Toddles.
You did that to yourself.
I should have never, I never should have told anybody about that. Anyway. All right, Hazel.
I think we should have like a folder of things that we shouldn't know about.
Yeah, probably right.
Everything. But anyway, Mr. H, last question for you here, sir. Do you have a motto or mantra or a couple of them that you live by?
I think it was George Carlin that said it. Don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things.
That's a good one. I like that.
I mean, control what you can control. There's no reason to get where, and this is just the way that I take it is, don't sweat the petty things. I mean, don't, if you can't control it, if it doesn't directly impact you, then why is it such a big deal?
Yeah.
That's the way I take it. Another one, not really a motto, but I tell this story, and I get my work ethic from my dad, but like, my second job, I worked at a lumber yard, and this is the first job where I had any kind of benefit, sick pay, whatever. So I earn 8 hours of sick pay, and I call into work because I'm like, hey, I'm going to call in. It's free 8 hours. I don't have to go to work. It's an extra day off, and I get paid. And at the time, I still lived with my dad, and my dad was a construction worker. So where do construction workers go? They go to the lumber yard. So he goes and he doesn't see me at work, and he knows that I don't get sick.
Oh, no.
So he comes home and was like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I got sick pay. I'm just taking the day off. And he's like, pack your shit and get out of the house then. He's like, if you're grown up enough to make those decisions, then, you're grown up enough to go get your own place. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, he's like, that's not what sick pay's for. He's like, sick pay's for when you're actually sick. He goes, I know you don't get sick. So,
wow.
Yeah. It was just it was just a tough lesson. You know what I mean? Like the first time I get 8 hours of sick pay, I'm like, score, free day off. And, that was not the case.
Yeah. My wife has, 6 months of sick pay. She does not take sick day off. That's a good way to live, man. I like it.
It is.
I always have to throw that jab in there because, she will not take a day off. Even with comp time, she won't take it off. I'm like, honey, gotta take a break. But
I've been on quarantine the last 2 weeks because Tammy, my spouse, she has COVID or had COVID.
Right.
So if someone in your house tests positive, then you have to take time off work, or you have to stay home, with them. I actually have to stay in longer. So she went back to work 2 days ago, and I'm still in quarantine until tomorrow.
Oh.
But this is the fourth time I have been out of work for 2 weeks now, but when I've originally called and told my boss that I wasn't going to be there for 2 weeks, that was only the fourth time that I have ever called into Walmart, and I've worked, I worked there previously for 15 years.
Right.
So.
Wow. Well, hey, H, thanks, man, for sharing your life with us. Now that everybody's caught up that maybe didn't hear our very early episodes, now it's time to throw him to the grinder, Hazel.
Throw him to the grinder? You mean he's going to grind through this shit?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
I have a feeling that he's going to be the new number one person.
We'll see. We'll see. If I say,
let's make a bet.
No. I'm not betting on H. No, I'm not betting against H. He is a speedrun champion, so
exactly my point.
That holds a little extra weight. So
but see, and there's no way. Like even last year, like who won last year? It was tied
between Fluffy Fingers MD and Xanafan 711
and Zan. Yeah. See, and they had 27.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I won the original one with 20. So like, I don't
19.
We'll see.
But here's the thing. I was so green when I first did that. And I gotta mention something here. Fluffy called me out and says, it was on one of his Potato Thumbs podcast shows. He goes, it's so random. I said, because however many syllables he's saying about a question, it's just every little thing, takes time up. And he is right. That is true. But I even, as far as the syllables of the questions and what the actual questions are, I take everything into account. I make it as even as possible every time I put the list together. So just keep that in mind, that it's not just something random. I'm not throwing darts at the wall and saying, okay, that's the next question. That's the next question. There's a thought to, there's a process to my madness when I put these questions together. And it usually ties in with our guest to some degree. So keep that in mind.
I have a feeling that he's saying this just for Sin and Kingsley. But anyway.
I might be. They'll be on.
So what you're saying is you rigged it so those two would lose.
No, they're going to be on the show, I'm sure, this year. So we'll let them deal with it as they may. So, all right. Now that I got that out of the way, disclaimer, let's do it. Speedrun right after this.
Call the Praxic Order. Call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes. Call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, listeners. This segment is called the Speedrun. This is where we have a database of over 250 randomly asked questions. And H here is going to have 90 seconds this time to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, the guests with the most answered will win a cool prize and title of 2021 SpeedRun champion. The questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order. And, you'll just have to answer quickly what comes to mind. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from the list, kind of randomly. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. I am T-Bot is our current leader at 29. So H, you ready, man?
Let's do this.
Ready, Hazel?
Nope. Yes, I am.
I'll wait.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I was born ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Hunter.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Void, solar, or arc, or stasis?
Solar.
Ikora, Cade, or Zavala?
Cade.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Blue, green, or brown eyes?
Blue.
Freelance solo strikes, yes or no?
Yes.
What is the worst job you've ever had?
Radio station.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Do aliens exist?
Yes.
What is your favorite Halloween costume?
Batman.
Sunset or sunrise?
Sunrise.
Would you prefer rain or snow?
Snow.
Sin or Kingsley?
Sin.
What is your favorite Destiny planet?
Io.
Burgers or burritos?
Burgers.
Which has the better forest, EDZ or Venus?
Venus.
What armor slot do you use in exotic?
Helmet.
PS5 or Series X?
Series X.
What is your favorite summer activity?
Biking.
Virtual reality or IRL?
IRL.
What is your beverage of choice?
Beer.
Spock or Data?
Spock.
Do you like black licorice?
Yes.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Describe yourself in one word.
Awesome.
Carpet or tile?
Tile.
Can you drive a stick shift?
Yes.
Rock, paper, or scissors?
Rock.
Favorite Destiny strike?
None of them.
McDonald's or Taco Bell?
McDonald's.
Lefty or righty?
Right.
Would you take your chances and eat yellow snow or have your favorite drink smell bad?
Favorite drink smell bad.
Earth, fire? Ooh. I believe Mr. Agent H has thrown down the gauntlet. Very well done, sir. Those are some tough questions tonight. I wasn't easy.
Whew.
I wasn't easy on you. So
I don't like Io.
hold on one sec.
I don't know if Venus has a forest.
I love it.
I think it does. I think it does.
I am awesome.
I'd love it. That's why I threw those questions at you. So, all right, Hazel, what do we got?
All right, 34.
Oh boy, that's gonna be the new bar, man. I have a feeling. 34
has hit the Shan.
Exactly what he said.
Someone will get it because my worst job, I think, was Sonic. Not what did I say?
I don't I don't even remember.
My radio station job was fucking awesome.
I was just as soon as you had an answer, I was moving on to the next question. So
yeah.
Good job, man. I think that'll hold up for a while. I have a feeling.
Yeah. I did used to work at a radio station. It was badass. I loved it.
Oh man. That's awesome. Well, hey listeners, I got a question for you. Do you have a great speedrun question for our contest? If that's a yes, join our Discord, enter them in our Speedrun Question Ideas channel. Yes, we're doing it again. We'll add them to next year's speedrun. Just remember that they need to be yes or no, 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. At the end of the year, we're having a drawing for a $25 gift card of your choice for 2 lucky people, and you can enter up to 5 questions to go into our drawing. All right, so good luck. All right, I believe it's time for This Week at Bungie. This week at Bungie. Hazel, what we got this week, man?
All right. So, main thing is going to be February 2nd. I know there's a bunch of other shit in here, but the main thing to me is the season of the Redacted trailer that went live, or it's going to go live on February 2nd. So keep an eye out for that. That's next Tuesday.
Destiny hype.
Yep. God help us. Who knows what's that's going to be. But speaking of hype, though, I'm going to derail this for a second real quick here. I want to pull a Gatr. Did you guys see in the Discord or in the Twitter and that kind of thing about how they tweeted out the images of the Trials armor?
God. Oh my God. That alone may make me play Trials.
Yeah, no shit, right? I'm like, hey, can you make all the armor at 3 wins?
Did you see how dark it looked? It was so evil looking. I love it.
I mean, listeners, if you're younger, cover their ears, but I had wood. It was amazing.
It's like General Zod, man. It's like, kick out of my way.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I don't know. I've never. I think the last time I played Trials was in Destiny 1. So I don't know how the rewards work in Destiny 2. But right before the show, a buddy of mine mentioned seeing the armor. And the armor does look great. But he said that he was reading that basically Trials is people either grinding for 3 wins to get the armor or losing 10 times to get the armor. Is that true? Like, you still get the armor if you just play 10 matches?
I'm going to give you the quick synopsis since you played Destiny 1 Trials. Okay. Remember you used to keep all your tokens week to week when you played Trials? You could save them up. Okay,
hold on. I played 1 match of Trials in D1 and got absolutely destroyed. And I'm like, yeah, it's not for
done.
me.
Yeah,
I'm not on this skill level.
A lot of people do. It's a game type that it's elimination, and it's a game type that not many people like to play. Some people love to play it. It's definitely a chess game, but I could deep dive into all the reasons why I hate Trials. But let us keep our damn tokens week to week. Maybe we're saving up for something. If we're going to put our time into Trials and help your population, why not let us keep the damn tokens? The fact that they basically disappear at reset makes me not even want to try, because in the olden days in Destiny 1, you could do the bounties and save up your tokens and turn them in when you saw something on the board that you wanted, you know? Now it's like it's all randomized, and they have a weapon or armor piece of the week, and they have a bounty where I think it's complete 10 games, not 3 wins. It used to be 3 wins. They changed it where now it's just get your 10 games in. You could lose 10 times and still get the bounty complete.
So that's true then, because basically he said that basically what he was seeing is that basically players are going in and just jumping off a cliff,
just sitting
for 10 games,
just sitting there. So you're killed,
right?
Yeah.
So
that's a great philosophy. I might try that.
I mean,
and that's what he said. He's like, the Trials armors always look so great. He's like, I might log into Destiny and just jump off a cliff 10 times just to,
yeah,
you know. So
that is a rabbit hole that we do not have time to go down to tonight. But I have very mixed opinions of Trials, and I love playing competitive Crucible. So it goes against a lot of my fundamental beliefs about Crucible, but it's true. You can play 10 games and still get the bounty complete.
I just thought it was, like I said, it was brought up right before recording. I was playing Warzone with a buddy and he brought that up. So I was like, that seems kind of backwards. Like, but okay.
I think it was a desperate move to get people to just play Trials, and
get
now
people to play.
Well, I think I heard the total numbers. I think T was mentioning this last week. Total numbers was like what, 30,000 across all platforms. That's pretty low. Yeah.
I like the armor stud. The armor looks cool, and the weapons always looked. I always thought the weapons were supposed to be, they always looked good.
Yeah.
But
well, hopefully
it was still never enough. It was still never enough to make me jump in. Like I said, I've never really had a consistent team, and that is a game mode that you do need. Seems like you need a consistent team to go in and be competitive, or just get carried. And
if our seasonal armor looks half as good as that, I'm going to be very happy about this next season.
Yeah, just from what we can tell of just like the helmet and the chest on those. So
it looks like we're going to a dark side. It's really weird. I don't know. I'm really intrigued now that I saw that armor.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's some current updates right there. So now on with the TWAB. So introducing seasonal challenges. or as I like to call this, the death of bounties and the rebirth of bounties, because they're not really going anywhere. They're basically just moving them from one place and putting them somewhere else. So
yeah, but there's two exceptions. One, you don't have to go and pick them up. Number two, they don't disappear. There's no time limit on them. I like this. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you saying something about? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead. Sorry. I'll be over here in the corner.
So yes. So, dear consistent listener, this is Gator's wet dream right here with bounties. Is basically you don't have to go to the tower to get them anymore. You can still get them from doing like the dailies and things like that. But that's up to you if you want to do that. So yeah, then those dailies only give, I think, XP and bright dust. So aside from that, everything Gatr said is correct. Yes, these are basically going to be in a quest tab. We gave a little bit of a spoiler warning there because of in the beginning of the show, our little spoof and gag there. But yeah, so it's basically going to be weeks 1 through 10 are the challenges, and then they're going to have things in there like defeat X number of this. Basically, it's just bounties. They're just right there for you.
You know what this reminds me of? The season books. Remember the books you used to get? Destiny 1?
Nowhere near as that shit.
Because look, if you look at the picture here.
That shit was actually challenging. This shit is some bull.
What?
This is basically, all this is just, you know how people wanted to be able to pick up bounties from like orbit?
Right.
That's all this is. This is just basically a way that we don't have to worry about bounties anymore. All they have to do is throw this shit in here.
All I can tell you is I was getting tired of bounties having a time limit on them. If people don't have time, they've addressed that issue here, because if you sorry, I'm reading ahead here, but
you can still do these later. Like
you have the whole season. You have the whole season to do them.
Next season too.
Oh, really? They carry over?
Yeah, they carry over. And then the other side of that is that not just they carry over, yes, and you can still do them if you want, if you're a completionist and you like join late or you miss a week, something like that. But you don't get whatever it is, either, bright dust, glimmer, seasonal currency, whatever it is, a weapon. You don't get that if you do the challenge later.
Wait a minute. I thought these disappeared at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think they disappear because it says right in there before seasons end. Like they gotta be done before the end of the season.
Yeah, and what they were saying is if
they carry over though. The challenges will carry over, but
really?
Yeah, okay. The challenges will carry over, but you don't get the loot for it. That's what doesn't carry over.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, because I dove into it some just to find out about all of this. And I was like, I don't know why the fuck anybody would want to.
Well, Des, if you're listening, Des, you know how accurate Hazel is with the TWAB. So, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sure that he'll be listening to this and reading the TWAB as I'm going through it.
So it says right here, lastly, most of the challenges disappear after the season they were introduced. Anything that isn't claimed will be lost. So yeah, most of the challenges are going to disappear. If you didn't claim the reward, you lose it.
Right.
So
reward.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you don't claim so say you do a challenge and it has a piece of armor hidden behind it. If you don't claim that, then you're going to lose it. But this says right here that, so it's saying most challenges disappear after the season they were introduced. So some of them, it looks like will carry over, but some of them do in fact go away.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. And then that's pretty much everything with that. I don't know. I don't really get bounties anyway. So if I can get these passively just by playing the game, then I guess I'm okay with that.
Ask me what I think about this.
I'm going to move on.
Damn it.
H, is this enough to bring you back or to keep you playing?
I don't know that it'll bring me back, but I love this. So the reason being, I'm going to tell you, it's like I've been playing Apex Legends the last 2 weeks, and Apex Legends does this exact thing in their season pass. And I didn't even know, like I just started playing the game 2 weeks ago. But if I look, I can go back and I can see a bunch of weekly challenges, and there's about 5 or 6 per week, I think. and you can do them I've done all of them passively. Like I can go back and look at week 1 and I have finished 3 of the 5 week 1 challenges and then 2 of the week 2 challenges. But it's kind of cool. Like you can just passively do them and not know you did them. But then, if you are a completionist, like, hey, I've done 3 of the 6 in week 1. So let me see what the other 3 that I need to go back and do. So I like this. I'm not a big, I played with Gatr the other day and I'm like, oh, hold on. I got to go to the tower and pick up bounties. And because I forget that I could do it from the app, but the fact that they are already there, if you're going to play and you have, like me, I don't get a lot of playtime. I probably have, with me working nights and on the road, I maybe get a couple hours a week, to be honest. Like that's all I have for gaming right now.
Okay.
So if I get like an hour to play and I know what I want to focus on, like, hey, let's go look at the week 1 challenges and bam, there's 3 right there. Can I go knock these out real quick? Sure.
Exactly.
Let's go do it and get it done and move on.
Versus regular bounties where you have basically a little over a day to get them done and then they just disappear.
Right. No, I think this is great. Because to be honest with you, I think the bounty system is stupid. I hate them. I generally forget to pick them up, but I think if this is a way to, yeah, you're right. This is still kind of a bounty system, but it is there all the time. You can see what it is all the time. You can do them passively, and then if you want to dial in and say, hey, say it's week 10 and the season's almost over, but you still have 1 or 2 for week 4 and 5 that you want to finish up, then you can go in and dial that down and put your focus there. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Will it bring me back? Yeah, we'll see.
I'm so excited. I can't hold it.
Gatr, what are your thoughts?
It's awesome. I'm tearing up. This is awesome.
Moving on.
All right, fine.
Yes, this is Gator's wet dream, everyone. Yes. Bask in the glory of, bounties.
Permanent
2.0.
bounties.
It's crazy though, because like Call of Duty does these challenges and I don't think they do them like this. This reminds me a lot of what Apex does. Can we talk about how Destiny is doing very battle royale things without being a battle royale, like having weekly challenges now during their season and having a season at all? You know what I mean? Like that was always kind of a BR type thing.
We all 3 actually dove in and did a little Warzone, and we did a little bit of Apex the other night. And one thing I noticed about those the ones you're mentioning, is they're so convoluted, man. For someone who hasn't played a lot, I'm looking and going, okay, so many kills with this weapon. Well, hell, where's that weapon? Or get kills with flaming throwing knife. I'm like, what? The one thing I love about Destiny is they lay it out so pretty. The UI, Destiny's UI kicks everybody's ass right now. It is so clean. Everything is so easy to read.
This looks, what the picture that they're showing looks just like Apex Legends challenge list. Looks almost identical.
But answer me this. When we're looking at the challenge list, do they have a separate page? Or is it all above? Like, I look at the season pass. I look at the season pass on Cold War, and I'm about to have a seizure, man, with all the flashing shit. I feel like I'm watching a bunch of ads. It's like free one.
That's Activision. That's Activision.
It's like
right?
free one here and this one and this one's free. But then I go to try to get it. And it's like no, not really.
Their season bar is no different than Destiny's. Because you have your upper free track and your lower premium track.
Right.
Apex does the same thing where they have the free track on the top and then they have the premium if you buy their season passes right on the bottom. It's those season passes are no different. It's the exact same. Call of Duty doesn't have a top and a bottom. They just show you the progress. They put the big billboard, like the big highway flashy billboard sign that says, hey, buy me, because that's an Activision
It's so
thing, right?
busy. It's so busy. I look at it and I'm just like, forget it. If I get it, I get it.
It's no different. Remember, when Bungie was working with Activision, like when you went into the tower, where's your Guardian facing? Eververse.
Eververse.
Right?
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's a very Activision thing to do now.
Mhm.
Now, like I said, their season bar is, it might be laid out a little bit different, but I mean, this is just them doing, I don't know, it's just a weekly challenge thing. I think it's cool. I like the idea of it. We'll see if it pans out,
that's just my initial thoughts. I haven't played enough to really understand it, but
right. But seeing what you're talking about though, like, dude, I don't look at the daily challenges in Call of Duty or the weekly challenges. And honestly, tonight was the first night that I looked at the weekly challenges in Apex. Like, I just happened to notice them because I was playing some of their ranked league playlist with my cousin.
Oh, okay.
And so I started looking at their challenges. I just kind of noticed it there and I'm like, oh, this looks kind of cool. And then when we opened up the TWAB before the show, I'm like, this looks just like the Apex thing. So yeah. So like I said, I don't think but dude, I didn't even know. Like I've been playing the game for 2 weeks. And I've gotten a bunch of challenges done that I didn't even realize I had done.
Okay.
So I don't look at it.
Fair
but
enough.
that's what I'm saying though is, if I do play Destiny, if I go in for an hour or 2 hours, whatever I have time for, and I finish a couple things passively, but then at the end of the season, if I want to look and say, oh, hey, I got most of the weeks done, but I didn't quite get week 6 and 7 done. Let me focus on that. I think that's great.
Right. Yeah. I'm loving this. Bungie, bravo. I love this. This made my week when I saw this.
Yeah. You know what my thought was when I saw this?
Jesus.
I was like, God, I have to read this. I don't care about bounties. I don't care about
now you're gonna care, baby.
Challenges. No, I mean, well, actually, that's probably the thing is that I probably will care because I'll see the tab, it'll light up, and I'll see the little fucking diamond, and I'll be like, all right, let me go to it and see what I have to check off. And then I'm going to be like, oh, well, I've got 9 of 10. I'm like, what do I have to do to make this 10th one go away?
You will soon be a bounty goblin like Gatr.
No, I will not. And
I'm just using Kingsley's words here.
I'm going to put a picture of you up right like in front of my computer. And I'll be like, okay, don't be this guy.
Nope. I love it, dude.
So
I love it.
All right. So I think we've beat that to death.
Oh yeah.
So so just one last thing here. So weekly bounties are being removed from Zavala's Shacks and the Drifter. And then they will still have Banshee and the seasonal vendor, whoever that may be, will still have daily bounties and repeatable ones too.
Even more bounties.
Oh, Jesus God.
Bring it.
Can we drive a nail through my testicles? So we can start this? Okay, so let's talk about Bright Dust.
Yes, let's.
Oh God, this is another thing that really has no interest that I have no interest in whatsoever. But I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to read this anyway.
Says the guy who got the new ship on the first try for the hunts.
That's not Bright Dust though.
Yeah, I know, but people want to get these cool looking ships and emotes, and now they're going to have a lot more ways to do it.
Yeah, they are. There's basically, if you do everything that's laid out for you, which is basically going to be like seasonal activities, seasonal extras, you do the pass and everything else. It actually comes out to, and I mean, this is like weekly bounties too, because you can get 120 Bright Dust per ritual vendor per character per week. And it comes out to roughly, I think it's over 34,000 Bright Dust.
Wait, where does it say that?
Add them up, bro.
14,000 total of completing all required weekly over the course of season 13.
You know, only 10,000 total. It breaks it down for you at the bottom.
Seasonal challenges, Bright Dust all players, season pass is 10,000.
That's 10,000 just for season pass.
10,000 seasonal challenges, Bright Dust for all players total is 10,000. If you buy the season pass, you can get a total of 10,500.
Right. The pay path has 3,000 more.
That's 20,000.
Yeah, 2,500.
And then
20,500.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah.
What?
And then 14,000 from the vendors.
Oh, Oh, damn!
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yes!
Yep.
Give me my bright dust, Bungie!
So here's my thing on that, and that's all well and cool. Like I'm glad that they're doing stuff like that.
I'm
but
sorry. I'm so excited tonight.
H
How
has
about-
no interest either? You can tell.
How about no? I think the bright dust thing is really. I think it's good that they're doing that. But how about make the season pass purchasable with bright dust?
Oh yeah, right.
good
That's
idea.
what I said.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, yeah, but see, they don't do that because you buy the season pass, or everybody is a sheep basically, and we all bought it,
Yeah.
with Beyond Light. But I mean, yeah, that's a great thought. I
like that idea. I mean, use it for whatever you want. It's a general currency, right? Should be able to.
No, you shouldn't, but you I mean, it'd be nice if they did.
Yeah.
So so Gatr wasn't mathing correctly. And
What?
yeah, so what do you think now? 34,000 bright dust in your pocket.
Oh,
are
loving it.
you
I'm loving it. Are you asking me? Oh, yeah, dude. I'm excited because there's stuff I want to buy at Eververse with bright dust, but I mean, I've spent so much money in this game. I don't need to buy silver. I mean, I think I've supported Destiny enough. I love this. I still wish we went back to the days where we could dismantle stuff that we already had from Eververse into bright dust. I miss those days, but hey, they're meeting us halfway here. I'm happy with that. And God, I've never been so excited. I think I'm just realizing how exciting this season's going to be. I think it just hit me because I was pretty depressed. I was no,
passively, and you can get 34,000, or actually over 34,000.
No. You got to be honest, Hazel. I was down in the dumps this week, man. After hearing all the videos from people, listening to videos and stuff, I was like, "Is Destiny dead?" I'm like,
well,
"No."
You know what's funny? What's funny is like, I mean, there was a video that was out there. It was like, Destiny is dying and shit like this. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm like, it doesn't really seem like it. It's like, I don't think Bungie knows that it's dying.
Well, for one thing, there were several videos with that bait.
Well, that's because it's all.
How many videos have there been like that throughout the life of this game?
Yeah. It's very seasonal. They want the clicks. I get it. I mean, there's not much to talk about right now, so let's complain. Let's
make up a topic.
Yeah, that gets people watching my video.
Well, it's clickbait, right? Those guys got to get paid somehow.
It is.
Like those YouTubers and the streamers and everything else. That's what they do. It's like this, they get paid to play. They're getting paid to basically play Destiny, right?
Yeah.
So if they're not getting the viewers from actually playing the game, then they've got to do something.
Yeah.
And it just seems like this game goes through that a lot.
You'd think we'd be used to it by now, right?
But apparently not, because everybody's just a whiny bitch about it.
How many games have been labeled a Destiny killer?
Oh God.
So many. Yeah, we went through the list and we got flack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're out there briefly and then they fall by the wayside. So.
Okay, well, basically in a nutshell, I am very pleased. Thank you.
Yeah. And then did you see the next line, Gatr?
What line?
So I'm sure that you were just saying that you were getting like 10,000 or 14,000 bright dust and you were going to be happy with that.
Right.
But additionally, we still plan to offer weekly and repeatable bright dust bounties for seasonal events, giving you a bit more bright dust towards desired rewards.
Even better.
So you get over 34,000.
Bring it.
Yep. I want to see. Gatr, I want you to do me a favor. Like next season when it starts, I want you to calculate how much bright dust you get.
Okay. Well, I have 10,000 now, so we'll have to subtract that from it so we get an accurate count.
Yeah. I have.
But how much are you going to spend on
probably all of it?
And
probably all of it. I like that stuff. I mean,
yeah, no, it's really cool. Like the stuff that they bring, and I'm glad that they're doing that. The only thing that I ask is that they make the season pass purchasable. Like, let the season pass be earned through your gameplay instead of.
Well, you can purchase.
Like $10 isn't much, but at the same time, like if you're a game that has a season pass, like every other game with a season pass, I believe, and I could be wrong, but every other game with a season pass, that when you pay the $10 one time, you can earn that currency to buy the next season's season pass.
Mhm.
So like, why doesn't Destiny do that?
I think it comes down to Bright Dust being basically like there is no real equivalent to Bright Dust to Silver. I mean, I think it's
Destiny
kind of,
and their million currencies.
yeah, exactly. I think it's like a slippery slope where basically if they make it so that you can buy it, then that means that people can say like, well, why is this emote so much? And then why is this ship so much? And
So just turn it all into silver. Instead of being Bright Dust, make it silver. You can earn silver.
The problem
by
is
having like, look, okay, so playing Apex and Call of Duty again, and these are completely different style of games. But if you buy their season pass, you can get, or even Fortnite, like Fortnite cost V-Bucks to buy the season pass. Well,
Right.
then playing the season pass, you can earn V-Bucks. If you don't buy it initially, then you don't earn the V-Bucks or the Apex coins or the COD points.
right.
Or like, I mean, what would be so bad about them turning all that Bright Dust into silver that is their purchasable currency and make it that as long as you own the season pass, then you can earn silver. If you don't own the season pass, then you're not earning silver, and make the season purchasable with that, make it purchasable through your gameplay is all I'm saying.
Okay.
yeah,
No, that's a
Yeah.
good
Like, I
point.
don't see what's so hard about that.
I think the only issue is that how Bungie does their seasons is that each season kind of lends to the next season. So Call of Duty, I don't know about Apex. I don't think Fortnite does either, but there isn't like a story or like something that happens in one season that lends itself to the next season. Now, I know that Bungie says like, you don't have to buy this season if you don't want to and things like that. But I mean, if you don't, then you're not going to get like some of the stuff like the story and that kind of thing, I guess.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to buy a season for that.
Yeah. So I think it's sort of like maybe that, I don't know, that they want you to buy it more for the story than I think anything else.
Well, the Beyond Light part, yeah.
Well, not the Beyond Light. I'm talking about like the seasons, like season 13, 14, and 15.
Oh, I see. On the new system.
So how many Wrathborn hunts have you guys both done?
I think 37, I think.
Across how many accounts?
I'm trying to like grind across.
So, okay, so maybe I need to ask someone that's more casual, I guess, because I've done 2. And granted, I don't play. But what I'm saying though is like that's the only thing you're really, if you don't buy the season, then you're only missing out on Wrathborn hunts. Like, is doing the Wrathborn hunt worth $10?
See, okay, I cranked up I cranked up my alt character just because I was bored one day, and I said I'm not doing Beyond Light. I'm just gonna jump in there as a free to play player, right? And every time I turned around to click on something, it says requires Beyond Light. And eventually I was like, I want to go over here though. No, they start you at Europa for the very first story. Everybody has to go through that. But after that, it's like, if you want to head back there and do anything, requires Beyond Light. So,
oh yeah.
And just playing on the free track, they give you a lot up front. But then if you start to look through the tracks as you go along, it really gets thin. And you get something every level on the paid track. So I don't know.
Right, and that's how other season passes are. I mean, you get something on you get something like the other seasons and even the Division. So maybe I need to compare it more to the Division because the Division's a looter shooter as well. But that's another game with the season pass. And I do stand corrected because I don't think the Division season pass is earnable through gameplay either. But they did the same thing. They had seasons. And if you were on the unpaid season, you got less rewards. It was like you would get a bunch right away, but then towards the end, like you said, it gets kind of sparing. Whereas if you own the season pass, then you're getting a reward at every single level you earn up to, 100.
Right.
So it's the same with COD and Apex and Fortnite. My daughter plays Fortnite. and her season pass is the same. She's got a free track where she earns a bunch right away.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the bottom, she earns one every level. But then if she doesn't own it, if she doesn't own it, then it gets kind of sparing there at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one question quickly, Gatr, for you is when you were going through, could you do Wrathborn hunts? And could you talk to Crow at all? I'm curious.
Man, let me think here, because eventually I caved. I just bought the damn season. I was like, I want to do these things, and it's fun with a new character. I like progression. Progression's what I love about this game, is completing stuff and progressing up. Let me think.
I'll tell you what. I'll test it for you next season, because I am not buying next season's season pass.
Okay.
And I will get back with you.
As far as the Crow, I don't.
I think next season, though, is going to be a little different, just because it's going to be pretty much flat out, I don't think you're going to experience any type of difference.
I think.
Okay, you have an introductory story with the Crow where you go to the moon to find Osiris, and that's when they introduce Crow. He stabs the knight in the back. After that, though, as soon as you go to Crow and try to click on anything, I think it says requires Beyond Light.
Okay.
I don't quote me on that, Des.
No, I think it might say probably requires that season.
Or season of the hunt. Yeah. I think so. I don't think you can do any of the hunt stuff without the season pass.
That's a pretty thin fucking season. I'll be brutally honest with you. But it's like I've said before, though. I mean, I think they kind of get a pass on season, like the season that like 12 and 16, whenever the big DLC drops. I think they get a pass just because there's so much shit that you're doing.
Up front. Now this next season, we're going to find out if it's worth it. Really.
Like I said, I'll get back with you.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yep. We'll find out on Tuesday, actually, because that'll be the trailer that's going to say what the hell
that's right.
is going to go on. So, all right, moving on. So, basically, Bright Dust is going to be out there for pretty much everything, 34,000 plus. Enjoy and go forth and, buy a bunch of shit. Okay. Sandbox changes here.
Uh-oh.
So, now this caused a bunch of uproar. Basically, like we said in our intro, Bungie is adding recoil to mouse and keyboard. So it's going to be in effect, it's going to increase recoil for auto rifles, scout rifles, pulse, submachine gun, hand cannons, and machine guns. So with that, it's anybody who's played on keyboard on a PC, it is just amazingly awesome because there's no recoil. Pretty much you click the button and shit dies.
Click the heads.
Exactly. So, I mean, I think that it sucks, but it's also necessary. I think it's like ripping off a Band-Aid.
Well, and crossplay, I mean, they got to make it fair to across the board.
Exactly. And that's why they're doing this, not for just they didn't get a wild hair up their ass and go like, you know what? Let's do this.
Or that video, does Destiny hate PC players?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, bitch, shut up. So, I don't know who said that either, but
I don't know either. I can't remember.
I'd probably tell them that too. But yeah, I saw on Reddit, I was laughing hysterically. They were like, why are they doing this? They're going to lose so many top PvP people. And it's like, well, if you look into the reason why they said it, it's because they want to be competitive, across all platforms. What a thought. Instead of just removing stability altogether, which would just, I don't know. I think that would be terrible.
I could just see. I mean, all right, I'll give you a perspective. I already play controller on PC, so I'm already playing against the mouse and keyboard players out there, and I will just tell you this: it's definitely a step up in skill level. You definitely are going to go up against people who are much more accurate, especially with hand cannons, because they have like zero recoil. They're almost darts. I mean, they just are crazy accurate. And add the Hawk Moon, which has almost 100% aim assist. It's just crazy. But I will tell you this, for the average console player, moving in, playing against PC players, I think you're going to lose a lot of console players if this happens. So they have to equalize it somehow. And let's face it, PC population is not the greatest right now, and I think they're trying to keep their console players intact too. So they're trying to. I think this was the best move for both sides.
It is. It's like I said, it's a Band-Aid, and they have to rip it off at some point. I think that crossplay is probably going to come out. I want to say maybe, what is it, season 15 maybe? I'm hoping.
I don't know. Nobody knows. Maybe it's this season.
No.
I know. I was just throwing that out there.
I wish. I mean, I want to play with Chubby, and
I want to play with the Xboxers out there.
I know, right?
Truth's been trying to hit me up to play some raids. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. My Xbox is sitting in the corner right now.
Pull it out of the closet, man. Come on, just blow the dust off of that thing. But anyway, so while they are making some adjustments like that, they are also going ahead and giving some buffs as well. So with those buffs come some weird buffs. I thought this was kind of weird, but I am interested to see how it all plays out. So pulse rifles, submachine guns, and machine guns are all getting a reduction in camera movement from firing. So, when your screen shakes and things like that, they're reducing that. So that's, I don't know, that's a weird little buff there, but they're calling that a buff. So that's curious. And then aside from that, they are going to be tuning some other things as well, i.e. rocket launchers are getting a 30% buff. Which is going to be beautiful. I can't wait for that, especially now that I have 2 Eyes of Tomorrow.
Jesus.
Yeah, I got them both on Saturday night. I got my first one with you, and then I got my second one, our second run with RNG.
So happy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And exotic rocket launchers, FYI, will be adjusted individually for that. So plan accordingly there. And then fusion rifles. Gatr is going to start salivating here about his Telesto. Increased. They're getting a buff, and they increased the damage fall off start distance by 6%.
I'll take it.
Yep. And they also reduced the camera movement when firing.
Yes, that's even better.
Anyway, breach grenade launchers. So these are the ones that basically are one-shot kind of things. They're getting a buff of sorts where basically you don't have to, before you'd have to fire it and you could release the trigger and then it would go ahead and detonate at that point. So they're actually changing it now. So like if you get a direct contact with it, it'll blow up and pretty much kill whoever it is that you shoot at. So it's kind of taking the skill away from using that weapon.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So,
see, and that's weird because Gatr, when we played Crucible the other day, I was getting killed with breach grenade launchers a lot.
They were, but they weren't using. See, some breach grenade launchers have spike grenades, which just detonate on impact. It depends what kind of grenade. There's all kinds of grenades that come out of those things, but the one there he's talking about is the delayed detonation, where you decide when it detonates. If it bounces all over the walls and then you finally let off the trigger, it's just kind of where you can time it. And isn't there an exotic grenade launcher?
That's the one I was asking you about, because remember I
wonder how they're gonna do that one.
The Taken one, the one that has that kind of pool, that area of effect.
Oh no, that's
what's that one called?
No, not that one.
No, that's the Witherhorde. No, what?
Witherhorde didn't used to bounce, and that thing bounced off of a platform when I fired it the other day.
Oh, it does. It does. Yeah,
it does.
I didn't think it used to bounce like that though.
It can.
Yeah, it does. That's right.
You can sometimes
detonate on impact. Actually,
sometimes it will.
Well, no, it will always, because it takes whoever it hits, like the Guardian or whatever, it'll go into them and start doing tick damage.
All right, hold on. I got to find this.
It's the Fighting Lion.
No. Yeah, the Fighting Lion's the one you press and hold. No, I'm talking about there's another one even. Prospector. That's a press and hold one as well. And what you can do is you can empty the clip, throw 5 to 8 grenades in an area, and then once you let off your finger, it's like fully automatic. And then once you let off the trigger, they all explode. I wonder how they're going to tune that. The Prospector.
They probably forgot about the Prospector like everybody else.
They probably forgot about it. Watch, the Prospector is going to be the new meta next season.
Oh, God.
Exactly, yeah.
Jeez, I had to say something.
Exactly. Way to go.
That's the first gun I'm using next season.
Hey gang, just a quick reminder, we now have a Destiny 2 clan, and Hazel and I invite you to be a part of it.
If you're looking to find a clan, now would be a great time to jump in and get to know some of these people that you've heard on the show. And we're not hardcore, so you don't have to worry about, us slave driving you to do raids and shit like that. Enjoying your time is basically all that we ask.
So, if you're looking for a clan out there, we have a permanent link in our Discord under our channel GDC Destiny 2 clan, where you can find a link. Otherwise, look for Guardian Downcast or DOWN is our call sign.
We do ask that you join our Discord first, so that way we can communicate clan nights and things along those lines. And aside from that, you can lurk all you like.
Thanks very much, gang.
All right. So while Bungie giveth, they also taketh away. So this is my favorite nerf that's coming out because it's something near and dear to my heart. It's basically sniper rifles are getting an increase in flinch. Because, it's great that they're doing this because it's not like they gave us a ritual weapon that we had to run on, 3 different platforms in order to get 3 different wraps for it. And then they're going to make it pretty much non-existent next season. It's lovely.
Can I just say something here? I played Crucible the other night with H, and what was I doing, H? I was trying to get sniper kills, right?
Yeah, you were sniping.
Dude, I would get hit one time with a hand cannon. Didn't matter what kind.
Yep.
And the flinch was so bad, I could not get back and on target. I don't know why Bungie is even thinking about doing this. Why? Because you know what you can do is give us less flinch on sniper rifles, because this is bullshit. I can't even use my sniper rifle, especially, if I'm trying to run snipe and do semi medium range snipes. Forget it. I get hit with one bullet of a hand cannon and my head is yanked so far up in the air. I just have to just turn and run.
But here's the thing, though. If you get the drop on them and you get that crispy headshot, they're dead.
If you can hit the headshot.
I love it.
And when you're fast running sniping, it's a little harder to do.
Well, yeah.
But I don't know. I think this was unneeded. Very much unneeded, this nerf. I don't understand why they're doing this. Doesn't make any damn sense.
I don't understand why they're doing it, especially after they gave us the Adored last season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I don't know. And then last nerf here is swords. Big surprise, are extremely dominant in PvE according to the TWAB. And because of that, they are getting a nerf of 15%. I wish it was a buff.
You on that Skype call again? What the hell? Yeah. Tell me. Totally nerf. Total nerf.
Yep. Nerf. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So, yeah. So there is that. And that's pretty much everything regarding nerfs. So there are probably going to be a couple others, I'm sure. But, we'll find out about those unless there's stealth. So, exotic changes. The ones that I saw here, there was only really one that I noticed that I was appreciative of. And that's the Borealis and Hardlight now have custom animations. It's going to be quite short, to quote them, for switching the damage type. And I appreciate that.
I can't wait.
Having that long ass animation.
Oh, you're basically reloading your weapon again.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they're doing something with that, which I appreciate. Duality is getting some changes there, which coincidentally seem like buffs to me, but these are fixes apparently. And then Sturm will once again reload any weapon for anybody using that. And then Merciless will actually work like it's intended. And then Arbalist will be getting a Passover after February 9th at some point.
Okay.
And then aside from that, Crimson Days is dead. So there we go. I hope you got your vows.
I
got mine
today.
Got mine.
Exactly. All right. So that is pretty much everything there from the TWAB. There's some other stuff, but you know what that is. So it's just bugs that they're fixing, some art, and some videos that were pretty cool, actually. So, and one little thing here that they ended with is a little tweet from Destiny the game. If this gets 7 likes, we'll add a new LZ on Europa next season.
Thank God.
And it had 2,800 likes.
Yeah, and then DMG says...
Sorry, comments, and then it had 46,000.
Yeah, but the DMC, I think it was DMG, said, oh, we said 7. You did way over. Sorry.
Yeah, and then he said, we're taking one away.
DMG. Come on, man.
I love it. I love it.
All right. Well,
so that's everything here in the TWAB. What do you guys think? Anything
well,
really out for you besides bounties and bright dust?
I know H has a lot of opinions here. Before we open it up to him, because I know he's just gonna have a floodgate here. What the thing we need to know here is no PC players. They're not going to make controllers totally, dartboards. No, they're giving you guys a little kick to your gun just to make it a little fair for controller players that you'll be playing against. I'm sure this will be one of many adjustments they make as they figure out how it's working, and if we get enough complaining and moaning from the PC community, and I'm part of that PC community. So, H.
But you're not M&K though.
No, I'm not M&K, but I do play controller on PC, and it is different than on console. There's still a lot less. There's still a lot less recoil on PC versus.
They'll hear you.
What?
They're gonna hear you.
Oh shit! Sorry,
shit, man.
Sorry.
And then they're gonna buff fusion rifles.
Yeah, H, you got any opinions? Let's move on. Push it. H, I know you got a lot of opinions about Destiny, and before we left here, we wanted to give you a chance to air your opinions as of outside looking in.
Yeah. So I mean, the game is the game, right? Like Destiny it's been the same game for quite a while, and they have their, I don't know, it's got its ups and its downs. I haven't played, like last year. I think it's kind of funny. I don't know what's going on with my animals in this house. Holy cow. No, like I usually kind of take a break from Destiny around the holidays, just because I'm not real big on the kind of Christmas event, and then again for like the Crimson Days or whatever. So I started kind of taking my normal break last year, and then it just stuck. Like I never came out of it. And I've played here and there. I try to jump in at least once a week, maybe. I think my biggest issue with the game right now is it's kind of the weekly challenges as they stand now. Like it's gaining that light level, right? So like my light level currently is like 1217. And I don't mind the grind to get to the 1240, the 1250, the 1260. Like that doesn't bother me. Let me do it how I want to do it. Like I'm not a strike guy, right? I don't like doing strikes. Especially the Destiny 2 strikes. They are boring. And there's not very many. Like you're just doing the same stuff over and over and over and over. Like,
yep.
So this is kind of what I propose, right? So if I get that the grind is there, but let me do it the way I want, like, right? So like a game like this, a staying power for me, and even though I'm not very good, something that keeps me interested in a game is PvP. So like, let me level up doing Crucible. So instead of just doing 3 games of Crucible a week and then 8 bounties for shacks to get another, whatever pinnacle reward, how about change it to, you do your 3, you get a powerful, then you do 5, you get a powerful, then you do 10 and you get a powerful, then you do 15 or 20 and so on. Why don't they just let you keep doing what you want? Like, why does that weekly reward stop at 3? And then they're like, hey, go beat your head against a wall doing the same strike over and over and over. Or those that don't like doing Gambit but suffer through it, because I know there's people in this community that can't stand Gambit, but they do it because it's that pinnacle reward. Like, if you don't like playing Gambit, why, if you only like doing Crucible, or if you only like playing Gambit, or like a buddy of mine, he just talked about it. He loves the strikes, doesn't like Gambit, doesn't like Crucible. He would level up just playing strikes over and over. So like, I don't know. I think that would be a change. I know there's a question that you guys ask, if there's one thing you could change about the game, that would be my change, is let me get to that 1240, 1250. Like I said, I don't mind the grind and I 100% understand it. I would love to raid. I've been asked to raid a couple of times. But I'm unmotivated to gain my power level by doing the same, hey, go do your 3 strikes, go do your 3 Gambit, go do your 3 Crucible, then do 8 bounties for this guy, 8 bounties for this guy, 8 bounties for this guy. You know what I mean? Like, it just gets pretty monotonous.
Yeah.
So,
and
you play, that's just my thoughts.
You play a lot of games where you can just jump in and play no matter what level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you're used to that with Call of Duty and with Apex. So
with Apex now, I get that. And it's fun. Like, because I don't have a lot of time anymore, like I mainly game on, because by the time I get home from my drive, I just want to go to bed. Like, so I come home, go to sleep. If I happen to wake up, before the family gets home, then I might play a little bit. But other than that, like my 2-3 days that I have to game is Friday, Saturday, and a little bit on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So I don't get a lot of time. So I kind of do what I enjoy doing. So really, there for a while, I was doing the weeklies. Once I hit, I think I did the story. I went through the whole Beyond Light story, got stasis, hit the, 1200, and then 1200 is when it kind of stops, and then you have to do like...
I was just going to say that once, if you started, everybody starts at 1050 to 1200 is a breeze. You could do anything, and all the blues that drop are always bringing you up really quick.
Right.
As long as you just keep the highest powered in your inventory and don't discard it, the computer, the game, the code remembers that as your overall light level. But once you hit 1200, man, you start looking around going, wow, I just lost a lot of ways of leveling up.
Yeah, but you also, one thing they did add, for Beyond Light was the ability for you to do, like you said, if you just like doing strikes or if you just like doing PvP, you can still do that, and then you'll get primes every so often.
Well, yeah, that's very random, though, and not very often.
It is. It is very random and not very often.
Right.
Those primes are going to carry you to 1250.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, why make it random? What I'm saying, though, is, like, make it consistent. You know what I mean? Like, give me that prime.
Just give you a path.
Give me that path. Yeah, exactly. Give me that prime at 5 games and then at 10. And if you need to double it, then double it. I don't care. But, like, that's what I enjoy doing. Is, like, and like I said, me and you jumped into Crucible the other day and we just got smashed. It was rough, but at the same time, like,
we're on PC.
Well, and I don't care. That's all I play on.
I know.
Like, that's all I'm playing on now.
I'm just qualifying that statement.
Yeah, that doesn't matter to me. Like, what matters to me though is, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. And I don't know, man. It's just, we've been running the same strikes for years. Like, I don't enjoy doing those. Like, I'll go play Gambit because I like Gambit. I love the new Gambit.
Yeah,
I have a good time with it.
Yep.
But like I said, the problem is, and when I hit 1200, I was exclusively doing like, hey, let me jump on, and I'm going to do the 3 Gambit, 3 strikes, 3 Crucible, and then I did the 8 bounties for each one. And I did that for weeks, and I'm at 12. When I say I'm at 12, I'm at 1217 with the artifact, and I think I'm getting +7 with the artifact. So I'm only at 1210.
Yeah, and see,
and and it's just like I said, I don't mind that grind, and I would love to be able to go into the raid and enjoy it. But the problem is, because the raid is one activity that I do enjoy doing. I like doing the raids; they are a lot of fun.
Right.
But the problem is I just don't want to do, again, I don't mind the grind. Just let me do what I enjoy, the activities I enjoy doing, and continue to level up that way.
Right.
Instead of like, hey, here's these 3 things, go do these, and then that's what you get.
That's a great idea, H. Because
I really like that.
yeah, if now Bungie has gone a little bit towards this, as they offer in Gambit and Crucible, at least they now have a season pass bar just for those vendors. But the problem is they're only given materials, which you're going to need as you're leveling up. I get that if you want to masterwork armor and stuff, especially. But wouldn't it be nice if they said Prime Engram level 5, Prime Engram level 10, Prime Engram, and you have ways of leveling up that all I have to do is play more Crucible, and the bar is almost there, and I know I'm going to get a powerful. Even though I've done my 3 for the week, I know there's another powerful coming on this next game I complete.
Yeah, well, that's what H said.
I'm just reiterating that. They've kind of gone halfway in creating a season pass bar for Gambit, and of course they're going to do one for Strike soon too. They just haven't figured out how to do it yet, or it's just maybe they ran out of time. I don't know, but if they just had better rewards in that bar, then they would be there. There would be your path right there. Whatever you want to play, there it is. But they don't yet.
I think the issue with it is there isn't an easy way to say this, but they don't want to make it easy. Because if they do it on strikes, and they say every 5th strike after you hit your 3, you get a pinnacle,
right? And
what if 'cause we all know that we can get through some strikes pretty damn quick.
Adjust it for the activity.
Yeah.
Say it's every 5 Crucible games. Say it's every 10 strikes. Maybe make it like every 5 Crucible, every 5 Gambit.
It's already there. It's already there. They're already bringing it in the next season. The bar, the progress bar for playing Crucible. It gives people a reason to play Crucible. What's the one thing I've always said, Hazel? I get my 3 games in of Gambit. I get my pinnacle reward, and then what do? I'm done.
Stay the hell out of Gambit. Yeah.
I'm done. But here's the thing, and H, this is why I relate so much to what you're saying. When I was leveling up my character, and I don't remember how I leveled up my main account, because you're just going crazy, just trying to do anything you can to get ready to raid, But I said, I'm going to take my time this time on this new account, just experiment a little bit as a person coming back. And once you hit 1200, you pretty much hit a big wall, because if you get lucky, every now and then you'll get a blue to drop that's maybe 1 point higher than some other gear piece you have, but it is very slow from 1200 to 1250. So I think that's a big hurdle for a lot of people. I say
it's slow for people like me, is what he's trying to say, Hazel. Because like I said, I don't get a lot of time, dude. I don't.
Yeah.
So if I'm wanting to, if I'm only getting a couple hours a week with the game, then let me do what I enjoy doing, give me like a have to list. Give me what I want to do, not what I have to do. Does that make sense?
Just by putting time in, playing.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree, man. I'm all over that.
I like that.
Go ahead, Hazel. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Well, no, I was just going to say that, to me, it's about your priorities, where it's like, if like leveling up is like important, then, and you don't have much time, then I would say, then just don't worry about the 8 bounties and that bullshit, because that's only a tier 1. If you don't have much time, just do the pinnacles, just do the 3 Gambit, 3 Crucible, 3 Strikes. And then, now they even, like, if you have it unlocked, you can do the, the survival, the exo challenges.
Yeah.
You have those, and those are pretty quick, and those give a pinnacle too.
Yes, they do.
So, if you knock out those pinnacles pretty quick and that, then, you're only going to get upper tier stuff.
I guess his point, Hazel, is for the average player, there's no path.
Well, there isn't a path. Because
I don't even know what the exo challenges are.
That's my point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know what that is.
Let them have a checklist or a path where they know what they need to do. What time do I need to put in to complete it?
But see, Bungie never does that.
I know,
Bungie's shitty at telling us stuff like that. Bungie's shitty at telling us, how to do most quests.
Yes, I get that. Progression has always been a stickler, and people have said leveling up sucks. I've seen so many videos from Datto to whoever has 3 followers saying the same thing. It sucks to level up. It's so boring. I get that. But if I'm a to-do guy. If I jump on as a new player and I'm at 1200 and I want to get to 1205 as quickly as I can, and there's a path that says complete these, it shows you the rewards you're getting. I think they're almost there. I think they're getting there with the season pass bars for at least the 2 vendors for now. But maybe they have one for bounties later or something. I don't know. Complete so many bounties, you get a bonus Prime Ingram. It could do it on anything. But
you also get one from the rewards too.
I get it.
Rewards.
No, I understand all. Believe me, I know all the places to go do it. But I'm playing devil's advocate here as a new player coming in, and this is the reason why a lot of my friends who have been out a long time on Destiny just won't even look my way. I try to get them to come back, but they come in and are like, "What does this mean?" Or what is this? Or what is it? I guess they need more in a more approachable way, or maybe a side path for people who are just coming back to get caught up and get back into the flow. Because once they start playing the game again, they'll be hooked like we are. They'll love the game. I mean, it's a great, engaging game. It's just some of the ways you level up are crappy. You know what? We can go down a rabbit hole in this. This is why Destiny makes the game and we play the game.
Right.
I would not want to be in Destiny's shoes right now trying to balance AgentAech from Datto.
I said this to you when we were playing Crucible, and I'll say it again. And this is kind of my ultimate stand on the state of the game is Destiny's gameplay. And Bungie's always nailed this. Bungie has always nailed gameplay really, really well. Like, the actual gameplay is super fun. It's polished. It's great. Their gameplay loop is horrible.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is that gameplay loop of like we're still doing the same shitty strikes that we've been doing since the beginning of Destiny 2's life.
Yeah.
And we've gotten, I don't know, a couple of new ones. We've gotten a couple of new Crucible maps. I mean, hell, they just took away a ton of them.
11
and we didn't get any new ones.
Nope.
No new Gambit maps, but didn't they take away 1 or 2 of those?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, their gameplay loop is horrible, but the actual gameplay is fun. Like, they have that portion of it nailed. If they can nail that gameplay loop and make it more engaging, I mean,
they'll keep a ton more players year to year.
I think they would keep more players, yeah, because their gameplay isn't enough to keep someone like me around. Like, they have a tough job. They have to balance for the hobbyist and the casual
and make everybody happy.
And I was somewhere for a long time. I was a hobbyist, and then I was kind of somewhere in between, and now I lean way more on the casual side of things. And it is not a I don't want the game to be like vanilla D2 where they just hand you everything and it's super easy to level up, and then once you do all the stuff, there's nothing to do. Like, I don't want that.
We're not asking for that. We're saying let us put our time in to complete objectives. Yes, wherever we want. And know that we're going to get something powerful to at least start working toward progressing. It's a good point, man. I wish I would have thought of that, because I mean, we talk about it, but we never have an answer on how to do it. But there we go. There's how you can do it, Bungie, if you're listening. All right. Hazel, do you have anything else before we move on?
No, that was everything.
I think that's a perfect place to leave this discussion. So thanks, H, for your input on that, man. And man almighty, do you have friends? We have a crap ton of questions from the community for Mr. AgentAech here. So we're going to do that right after this.
Hey Guardians, would you like to send us a question for the show? Well, there's 4 ways to do it.
Number 1, join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, by the way, and you can just lurk or hang out or jump right in and talk with us. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also tweet out almost every week about our upcoming show, guest, and you can respond there with your questions at Guardian_D_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast. Remember, that's all one word. And we'll play it on the show for you guys.
SpeakPipe is honestly my favorite thing. But anyway, thank you for all you guys do, and toddles.
And later, Guardian. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. This is where we get questions from our community. And we have 4 SpeakPipes tonight. And boy, we got a ton of questions in our Discord. So we're just going to kind of chisel away at them little by little here. But I want to start out with the SpeakPipes first here, Hazel. So this one, first one is from Arisen Phoenix. So here we go.
By special request, in your best Destiny voice, give us a pickup line. I think mine would be, is that a Vienna sausage in your pocket, Guardian? Or are you just happy to see me?
Okay. Arisen Phoenix must have been drinking the other night. No, I'm just kidding, brother. No, that was a really good question. Did you guys hear it? In your best Destiny voice. Okay. Well, we always go to our guest first, H.
Surprise.
Okay. Guardian. So, you seen my kernel?
That's good. I like it. Oh, shit. This is going to suck. Go ahead, Hazel. Give me time Yeah, I need time.
Okay. You can go back on mute and practice your voice.
All right. Right back.
Why don't you spank my ass, Guardian?
I got nothing, man. I'm just an old salty guy. I mean, shit.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
All right.
Peer pressure.
Oh, so you mean your Asher?
Oh, there we go. That works.
I can't do an Asher voice, so that's the problem.
You already do. I thought you were doing that now. Oh, sorry.
Guardian, what's the probability that you will go out with me tonight? I was hoping that would be better. All right. That's the best you're going to get.
That's not going to get clipped at all.
Oh, Jesus. All right. All right. Here, we got one more from, or I got another one from Arisen Phoenix, and we're going to play it right now.
So SpeakPipe is Hazel's favorite thing? I'll give him my favorite thing. In my pants. Fuck. Supposed to ask you a question. Marry, fuck, kill. Gatr, Hazel, and someone.
Okay. Hazel, SpeakPipes are your favorite, huh? He's asking, marry, fuck, kill, Gatr, Hazel, and some third person. I guess.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is for the third person, I have a random number generator here, and we have a couple of people that I'm going to go ahead and select here. So pick a number. H, go for it.
8.
All right. So, marry, fuck, kill, Gatr, Hazel, or Fluffy, and Fluffy.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
You had to throw a Fluffy in there?
Tough.
You picked it, not me.
No, you put his name in there.
Well,
No, you did.
Well, so we're going to go in order. MFK. So Gatr, Fluffy,
Go ahead.
Hazel.
Just pull the trigger, man. It's all right.
No, MFK. You're wholesome. You're the
I'm the Destiny
yeah.
Dad? All right.
You're the Destiny Dad.
All right.
Yeah, MFK.
Oh, man.
Fluffy's got to be in there in the middle. Sorry, Hazel. You got to go.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. Great question there, Arisen Phoenix. Thank you for that. And we've got one more. And we're going to play it right now.
You guys are probably going to hate me by the end of this, but I swear, this is the last one. For now. I still love the question. How the foop are you? And a weird bonus. Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. This one is little and broken, but still good. Yeah, still good.
Okay. What? Did you guys understand that question?
I understood How are you? So, man, I feel good.
Yeah, man, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Besides knowing that I just got killed by H.
I'm so sorry, man.
But yo, by the way, that last part was actually from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, that's why I couldn't figure it out. Okay. All right.
So
Cool. Good impression. All right. Last one from good old Uncle Scumdeath. Here we go.
Hey, Scumdeath here. I have a question for the main man, AgentAech. H, what's it like to have the best COVID mask in the Discord? I want to know. Leaders.
The best. Yeah, that's in your icon and your avatar, your mask, man.
Yeah, it's dude, when this whole COVID thing started, I didn't really know what to do, and so I just bought a bundle of those like you see all the advertisements on Instagram for the SA face mask or whatever. And so I bought a pack of those. The only stipulation is due to the demand, they were selling so fast that you couldn't actually pick out what you wanted.
Oh no.
So it was a pack of completely random. So I had jokes with people that I was like, I was going to get like a rebel flag and like one with pot leaves on it and like all kinds of crazy shit. And so I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to get? And it wasn't bad. Like I got that one, and then I got like the Sub-Zero mask, and then like a couple of skulls.
Oh, nice.
But that one was, dude. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the way the animation is. Is it the art style? It looks like Borderlands.
Yeah.
So I was like, this thing's fantastic, and it's the only
yeah.
way. It's the only way that I'm gonna get an epic mustache like that. So. I wear it for the stash. I gotta have a mustache somehow. So if that's how it has to be, then that's how it has to be.
Either that or the Planners guy.
I was thinking of V for Vendetta.
Oh no, the Pringles guy. The Pringles guy. That's what that mustache looks like. Oh, V from Vendetta. Yeah, that's right. That would work too.
Yeah.
It's an awesome mask though, nonetheless. All right, we got a bunch for H here in our Discord.
Ooh.
So Hazel, why don't you dip in there and scoop one out?
All right, so I'm going to go with this one first. Question from Marky Mark for Agent H and hosts. Currently, what is your favorite game to play with buds or by yourself? Follow-up question. What is your favorite weapon or go-to loadout in said game?
H?
I mean, I'll play any game with buds. It's just as long as I'm with friends, because that's kind of what that's for. You know, you jump in a game with your friends and have a good time. Lately with Marky Mark, I've been playing Apex and a little bit of Red Dead Online. I haven't played Red Dead a whole lot with him. But I mean, mainly what I play with friends is Apex lately and Warzone. And if I had to go with a loadout, Warzone loadout would be Mac 10 and an RPG, because I can't put the RPG down at all. Apex would probably be the Hemlock and the Mastiff shotgun.
Hemlock, yeah. Okay. Okay, my turn. Let's see. It's Destiny. That's the game I like to play with buds. I love to play Crucible with buds. In fact, me and Warcry and whoever else wants to tag along, we usually play at least every Monday night when I get home from my bowling league. So I look forward to that every week. It's just a time to blow off steam and just BS with my buds. And Hazel sometimes jumps in there. Sometimes it's Flip. A bunch of our people in our clan. But my favorite loadout right now, I like moving all around and doing all kinds of stuff. But right now, I'm trying to get a little bit of snipers in, and I love the Adored with the 3-shot sidearm called the High Albedo. That's my current loadout, and it could be a Truth Rocket or whatever. And on heavy, I don't really pull heavy much in Crucible, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe a sword. What about you, Hazel?
Nice. So I just pulled up my last loadout from Gambit because I was playing solo, just trying to knock out like my 3 more games, so that way I could hopefully get another 1260. So that way I can get, well, it will be a 1260, or it was, and then I could use that to power up a exotic. So, but I just looked up my last loadout there. It was a False Promises with Subsistence and Rampage, a Xenoclast with Grave Robber and 1-2 Punch, which is nasty.
Okay.
And then the Xenophage. Oh, wait. Sorry, wrong class. Sorry. Eyes of Tomorrow.
Kiss my ass. All right. I'll pick the next one here from Burning Wing, a.k.a. the Moist One. For Agent H, how would you rate Burning Wing's beer delivery service?
15 out of 10.
Wow. Well, you guys,
Yeah, man.
You guys both live in the same state, so it makes sense.
Oh, dude, he lives 45 minutes from me.
Oh,
So
sweet.
when we first got quarantined 2 weeks ago, he actually reached out and was like, "Hey, man, if you need anyone to go to the store for you, if you need like a grocery pickup, whatever," he's like, "I got you." And because he works about 70 miles from where I live, and he lives 45 minutes from where I live. But I put in a beer order. I'm like, "Hey, I think we're good on food. You know, we've got family here in town." I said, "But if I put a beer order in, you know, would you pick it up and bring it by?" And he's like, "Yeah, not a problem." And so I put a beer order in, and I think one of the breweries there in Wichita where he works had just released a new brew. And I'm like, "Hey, man, if you bring it, you know, I'll buy you a 4-pack for your troubles." And so sure enough, yeah, I put an order in for some beers, and he swung by, picked it up. He put the drive on his Twitch channel, and I hopped in Twitch and was chatting with him a little bit. And yeah, man, he brought it and just kind of left it at the curb, and I sat on the porch and talked to him, and you know, so it was a super cool thing to do, man. It was a really good gesture, and yeah, so 15 out of 10.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Chris3711 already called out Burning Wing. He's actually a cool dude, so not the troll that everyone thinks he is. Yeah. Good question. All right. Hazel?
Yeah, nice. All right. Let's see here. So let's go with this one. Question from The Laz. Question for H. Now that you've been improving in Apex, how long until you carry our tournament team to victory in FUD's tournament?
I don't know how much carrying I'm going to do, but hopefully the next tournament I score more than 4 points, because that was pitiful of me.
I think you guys didn't you guys get together at the last minute to do that?
No, we had been planning it. We just didn't practice at all. And that was really like, I think I maybe had five games total in Apex before that tournament. I've played way more since then, and I've gotten a lot better. But yeah, I played so bad. But
well, I'm sorry, I'm keeping it moving along here because we got so many questions. I've got 2 from Uncle Scumdeath for Agent H. You are an agent, so which other secret agent from either film or gaming would you go on a secret mission with?
Man, it'd have to be the ultimate secret agent. I'd probably have to go on a mission with James Bond, but it would have to be man, which Bond would I go with?
Well, he just passed, if that's a clue.
I love it. Like,
That's
there's no wrong answer, but there's a wrong answer.
There's no wrong answer, but you know, you better answer right.
Right?
That's great. Daniel Craig. Okay, nice. Good answer.
Yeah.
What?
No, man, why is his name? Why am I forgetting his name right now?
Be
George Lazenby?
Sean Connery.
Yeah, Connery. Yeah, Connery would be the one.
Oh,
definitely. Okay. It would definitely be Sean
Good
Connery.
answer.
I don't know why I was forgetting his name just
That's
now.
all right. I helped you.
Roger
Good answer.
Moore?
Question for Agent H from Uncle Scumdeath. What is your favorite smell? I love the smell of my own farts. It really pleases me. But the missus, not so much. Love the show, guys.
Man,
Favorite smell?
as much as I do too appreciate the smell of my own farts, Lee, it would have to be the smell of the smoker, man. That's just kind of something I love doing on the weekends is cooking some good food and It'd have to be the smell of the smoker.
Yeah, and every Saturday I think you post it, and I'm like, damn you, H.
Yeah.
I'm at home eating not anything out of a smoker. Oof, your
Pretty much.
your briskets, dude. Woof.
Yeah, pellet smokers are easy mode.
All right, let's keep going. We're on a roll, Hazel.
I'm hungry. RNG Gatr. Question for the show. H. How do you feel about using dynamite while delivering a wagon in Red Dead Online?
So that's another game that I've been playing, and the one thing quarantine has done for me is get me in games with people I haven't gamed with a whole lot, and RNG Gatr being one, Drafty being one. I've played some Red Dead Online with Drafty, Nessie and Falco from the PTP Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've been all been playing Red Dead Online, and I haven't used dynamite while delivering a wagon yet, but I'm for it as long as it goes under the wagon.
Figures Gatr would ask that question. Okay, I got one here from Sweaty Spooks. Question for AgentAech. Did you have a highlight in 2020, and how do you keep it positive when the COVID situation went down or begun? Good question.
Man, just I don't know about a highlight. I guess getting into a job with better benefits, or man, just making it out of COVID and not really having the, like I said, we were pretty fortunate. We didn't have the struggles that some people did, and we didn't really see a lapse in being able to pay bills and stuff. And I know some people did, and I know you guys, kind of organized a thing that
mm-hmm.
Luckily I was able to donate to be able to help some people out in the community that weren't as fortunate. So that'd probably be a highlight there. And how do I keep it positive? I mean, just to keep the main thing, control what you can control. It wasn't we were lucky enough to, Tammy got sick from it pretty recently, and she didn't get it. It was really, really mild. So we're very fortunate there. Some of my family members had COVID. Everyone is healthy now, so that's good. So yeah, that's the only way to keep it positive is we were lucky enough to not have a whole lot of people that I care about were affected by it. So I'm pretty fortunate.
Good.
Nice.
Is there any more for H, Hazel? I'm looking through these. Am I forgetting one?
I don't believe so.
Oh, we got to ask this one, man. I know we're crunched on time. How about the ones from Ikoro's Assassin?
Oh, yeah.
I'm curious what H would do on this. You want to ask it or me to?
No, I got it. So, Ikoro's Assassin. Question for the show. Let's say Bungie decides to give you a small but highly talented team to work on future content. Well, I'll just leave it like this. What would you do with them?
Probably exactly what I said. I would I think his original question was like, what would you have them work on, right? Like something, was it like
Crucible,
a specific playlist?
Or Crucible,
probably
strikes,
Crucible,
or progression. You can only choose one path.
I would say Crucible, because Crucible, again, like PvP is kind of the main, even though I'm not great at it, it's the
striving to get better.
Thing, it's the thing that I go to in a game for staying power for me. So I would have them focus on Crucible just because I feel like that's the one portion of this community that kind of always feels left out, I guess, is the Crucible community. Like, they don't really do a lot for them, and they just lost a lot of maps, and I don't know. It's kind of a mixed bag, but I would say Crucible.
Ninja with Noel said a long time ago in one of his streams, he said the best enemy to play in Destiny is the one that has a brain and is unpredictable. So, yeah, gotta agree, man. That definitely when everything dries up content wise, you can always fall on Crucible. Just to every game's different, right? You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, good answer. Okay, man, we got some great questions here. We got a little bit of time left, so let's see. Okay, RPG Magnet. Question for the show. With the addition of the newer subclass and Stasis, what other subclass powers would you like to see added? Time manipulation would be cool in my opinion. as would being able to call Jake from State Farm at any time to assist you. H, what do you think, man?
Probably the easiest go-to would be the one that everybody thought they were going to add. It would be like a poison type subclass, right? Like if we're going to do darkness,
like decay.
We've had the thorn. We've had other, exotic armor that does it, with the warlock now, and they've hinted at it, but it's never been done. Like, why not bring that in?
I can see hitting L1, right one, and all of a sudden your guardian stops and puts his hands over its mouth and goes, "Yo, Jake, State Farm, where you at?" Okay, that fell flat. All right, go ahead, Hazel.
Wah, wah. Yeah, by the way, the necrotic grips I got those, the Icefall and the Icefall Mantle last night. And the necrotic grips they are just one-shotting everything. It's just nasty.
It's fun for crowd control.
More warlock cheat codes. So especially because I was on Devour, so anything that died reset Devour right away.
Nice. I forgot about that.
I was like, oh, this is nasty.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go with Sweaty Spooks. Question for the show. Do you feel like there's a divide in Destiny right now? It feels like a lot of people are throwing shade at it right now. And the other is quite pleased. Name 3 positives that you like about the current game and one thing you would like to see improved.
All right. You got your list, H?
Man, 3 positives. Gameplay. Gameplay's fun. Hunters are still awesome, and they're still the best class. I don't give a shit what anyone says. And I would say raids, man. Raids is kind of the ultimate activity that everybody, and even though that I don't really have a consistent raid group, I'm not raid ready for the new one. That's still an activity that, like, it's kind of why I keep coming back and trying to level up just to maybe be able to do them. And it is some of their best content is those raids. One thing I'd like to see improved is probably, again, just the gameplay loop. Someone like me that doesn't get a chance to play as often every single week. Again, I don't mind the grind for the light level. Just give me more ways, or give me the ways to do it that I enjoy doing.
30 and Still Gaming always says this, and it sticks in my head. I cannot get it out of my head. Respect the player's time.
100%.
That's a good point. 3 positives. Gunplay. Top of the class for any first-person shooter out there. You can at me. Number 2, raids. I have to agree. Raiding in Destiny is unlike any other thing I've done for, in a video game, group-wise, any kind of group activity. You can't beat it. I haven't played World of Warcraft, so I can't. Sorry, Elmer Fudd, I can't comment on that. And the third one, of course, is bounties. And improvement. One thing I would like to see improved. Yeah, I got to stick to your point, H. That's such a good idea, man. Give us a path for progression. I think that's what needs to be improved. I think that's all they're missing. Then they'll have everybody hooked. Hazel.
I'm going to go with Stasis as something awesome.
Of course you will.
That I'm enjoying. Wah. Bite me. So Stasis, I am going to say, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to say number 2, is going to be the Hunter. Just, I love the movement of the Hunter, all of that good stuff. Number 3 is going to be the Warlock, because cheat codes are fun. Just ask any Warlock. And then the one thing I'd like to see improved is Titans. I understand that apparently, Behemoth is broken and all that good stuff, but it's, I don't know. I feel like I'm handicapped whenever I'm trying to use it by using Stasis, and I don't know. I'm like a blind man in a strip club. I just don't know. I don't see what's going on. So
yeah, great question, Sweaty Spooks. Was that you or me?
That was me.
All right. Let's do one each, and then we'll give H the last one. How about that?
Yeah, I like it.
I'm taking 2. I found 2 that I like. If you guys don't ask it.
Fine.
Well, fine. We'll just rotate then.
All right. I'll go first. Then. And I'm going to say thank you, community. God damn. Great questions. I mean, I'm loving these questions. Okay. This is from Sneaky Snake, one of our newer members of our Discord. Do you guys think that you should be able to select what things you cross-save when you do cross-save? For example, I originally played Destiny 2 on Xbox, but now I also play on Steam. And if I'm really bored, Stadia. Sorry, Red Solo Cup. I purchased every DLC on Xbox, but now I only have Beyond Light on Steam. Do you guys think that your expansion purchases should cross-save, as well as your other character stuff? I don't think that I should have to open up a savings account just to buy every DLC on every platform. Brother, you are preaching to the choir right here, because I play on all the platforms, and maybe not one as much as I need to, but I'll pose it to you first, H.
I don't think so. I don't have a problem with buying the expansion on multiple platforms. I personally don't. I will say this time around, I didn't buy the expansion on both platforms, but if you are on Xbox and you are on PC, buy it on PC and get Game Pass on Xbox, because Beyond Light is on Game Pass.
Good point. Hazel, what do you think of this, man?
I miss how it used to be. You know, where you bought, I don't think you should be able to choose what, gets carried over and what doesn't. But I think that if you buy one thing, then, to me, it should be across all platforms.
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, just like I was going to say, just how it was last year, how if you bought the DLC and the seasons on your main account,
right,
then it all went basically.
It didn't. You still had to buy the DLC on multiple.
DLC, right, but not the season.
Yeah, you don't have to buy the season on you, but you buy if you buy the season on one account, then it carries over to all of them, because I've only bought the season once on Xbox and I have the season on PC.
Right, that's how it was last season, but I don't know. Did they change that?
This is my point. This is how confusing it all is.
Yeah,
No.
This is a good question. It's a good question to bring up, because when I play on right now, I'm playing on PlayStation and in Steam, and I had to buy everything for each of them if I wanted
the season carries over. The DLC does not.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with that.
I don't know if it still does that or not. God, I didn't pay attention. I just said
it does, because I only bought the season once. I bought the season originally on my Xbox account.
Right.
Do what?
That was last year, though, right?
Yeah, Beyond Light's different.
That's Beyond Light.
Oh, okay. And you bought the season.
Yeah, I bought the season because I'm doing the Nightmare Hunts. I bought the season on Xbox and I do the Nightmare Hunts on PC. All 3 of them that I've done, but I did them on PC.
I don't have a definitive answer, so I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, the season that part never changed.
Okay.
You got to buy the content, the actual downloadable content has to be purchased on every platform, or in this case, like I said, I have Game Pass, so I didn't have to buy the content, the DLC on Xbox. I bought it on Steam.
Right, you have to buy the DLC stuff.
Yeah, the actual season pass part, I only bought on one platform, and that does carry over.
My answer to this question is, the platforms have to make bank on the game, right? To spend the money to host the game and support the game on its servers and on its platform, they have to get paid something for that. So, I'm in business. I know this is just an absolute truth. There's no money or no way for the console or the Steam or whoever to make money on the game, then they're not going to really support it. So I know why you have to buy Beyond Light on all the different platforms. I don't know if the seasons transfer over. I know you're saying it does. I'm not sure, but I think if you buy the season on one, I think you should have season on everything. If that's the case, then good. If not, then it needs to be. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. It's confusing as hell. It used to be so easy, But now there's so many situational. It's just crazy. Anyway, good question, Sneaky Snake. Okay. Who's next?
Okay. We'll let H go next.
Where'd he go? Uncle Scumdeath, my man. Question for the show: what is the best thing about a global pandemic? I got my answer.
I got my answer.
I
got my answer.
Yeah, I got mine.
Go for it.
So you guys, if anyone in the Discord pays attention to what I post, they know me, they know two things about me. They know I love music and I love a good cover song. I have posted multiple like these mashups of all of these covers from different like I think I just posted one today. It was like the bass player from Stone Sour, the guitar player from Mastodon, the guitar player from like another punk band. But like all these guys getting together and doing these cover songs has been phenomenal. Like that's easily like I'll get lost in those kind of quarantine project cover songs for hours. I love those. That's easily the best part about this.
That's why you're one of our music ambassadors.
Exactly.
Because of that very thing. Hazel.
I would say the best thing about it is not having to drive to work every day.
Yeah,
I hate you.
I understand that. Yeah.
Sorry, H.
You guys are going to love my answer even more. Best thing about the global pandemic is when I go to restaurants or the movie theater, there's nobody around. I have it to myself. Not so much lately, but the movie theater part, definitely. I love it.
Isn't that weird?
I love it. I know it's dark, but I love that the fact that everyone's scared and staying at home, and I'm enjoying the movies. Thank you.
Dude, even in like when we venture out a little bit, not a whole lot, but like me and Tammy a few weeks ago went to a couple of our favorite places in Wichita, and yeah, it's just empty. Like on a Friday night, like we're going into a brewery in downtown in the largest city in Kansas, and I get it, it's the largest city in Kansas. It's still not that big, but dude, it's just dead, and it's
crazy.
It's super weird. Places that we went to where you couldn't find a damn seat on a Friday night,
right?
Because the inside and outside is both packed, and we're going in, and they're just like, "Yeah, have a seat."
See,
it's just weird.
My wife and I are kind of the old couple now. We're like the old couple that goes early to dinner.
What do you mean now?
Oh, well, wow, that's
no. I think she's younger.
Sorry,
I think she's younger than
she
him.
is.
But you know. Well, you don't know, but old people in Florida, they'll jump out and get the early bird specials everywhere because there's no business going on. And I feel that's kind of what I'm doing now. We've always been that way. We've always, because our schedules are so flexible, she can get home early from school and we'll go get dinner at 5:30 when people are still driving home from work. And sorry, H. And it's great because soon as you're done eating, you see the rush. You see the people coming in. This is pre-pandemic. But I feel now with the pandemic, it's like all the time. It's like there's always seats available. But I'll tell you one thing. It has been heating up lately. We went to one of our favorite little delis here in our town, and we couldn't even get in there. It was packed.
I'll be curious to see what it's like there. Because like when we were there, when we were down there a couple of years ago, it was right around spring break.
Mm-hmm.
And everything was packed.
Oh yeah,
everything. So I'll be curious to see what you guys' spring break, because that's kind of when
yeah, I don't know.
Like
man.
when we stayed down there, it was all like we stayed at 2 Airbnbs, and the second one was, like you could kind of tell like the people lived there, but during the kind of busy times of the year, spring break and then summer, like they leave, like
right.
That's their vacation time, and then so they just rent their house out as an Airbnb.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah, so I'd be real curious to see
Let's see.
What you think in spring break?
High school kids and college kids going butt crazy on the beach. What do you think's going to happen? This is Daytona Beach's big thing other than Bike Week. It's their biggest event. I guarantee you they're going to do everything they can to make sure it happens, pandemic or not. I mean, we had Bike Week here in Daytona this last year during the pandemic, and there were tons of people there, dude. I was like, you guys are crazy. Just tons. I mean, 300-400 people just all in one mob. I'm like, you guys are nuts. I'm not afraid to go out and go get dinner and something if I know there's only five people in the whole place, But if it's packed just a little bit more than I'm comfortable, I'm not going in there.
Yeah, I know one of my favorite spots in Wichita, the brewery we went to a few weeks ago. They recently started getting those like inflatable igloos that you can rent out, and I think they sit like 4 or 5 people or something like that. But yeah, you can rent those and sit outside, and they're heated. Like right now it's cold out here. So, but even if, you can sit outside, it's nice. It's private. It's warm.
Right.
And yeah, you're kind of in your own little bubble. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I know it's not gonna last forever. So I'm just enjoying it now while it's possible. But all right.
I don't know, man. I think this stuff's never going away. Sorry to.
I don't say never, but I think we're gonna just learn to live with it.
Well, that's what I mean is, but I'm thinking it's never going to go away. I mean, a lot of people are thinking, I think that, hey, it's going to go away and, life's going to go back to normal and that kind of thing. But I don't think that's going to ever go.
I think a year from now, we're going to look back and say, yeah, glad that's over. I think in a year, we'll be fine. We'll be back to normal, back to business. I really do. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty optimistic, I know. But who started off those questions? Did you, Hazel, or did I?
That was Gatr, or that was H's question.
I know, but H had 2, so we're going to rotate. So I guess it's you next, right?
Yeah. So let's go with this one. All right. Question for Gatr. This is from Jealous. Have you gotten Eyes of Tomorrow? All right. Next question.
Jealous. Come on, man. I've run 6 Deepstone Crypts, and I've had 0 Eyes of Tomorrow. It's just nuts.
You know what? I've run 8, and I've got 2.
Nice.
But you guys know my answer.
Yeah. I know what H's answer is. What's an Eye of Tomorrow?
No, that's that rocket launcher that shoots multiple rockets, right?
All right. Yeah.
Isn't that, like, legit? Isn't that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, that thing was badass.
It's badass.
It's like Gallarhorn.
It's badass. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like Truth, not as heavily like the tracking isn't as
it's slower. The rockets are
slower tracking. Like you can't just shoot it like
but it's aggressive
up
tracking.
Straight up in the air. But it's still
you can.
Yeah.
You what
really?
This is what I think was it Azanis that told us this? He says you aim at everybody, lock everybody in, point it straight up in the air, and let it go. And it's literally a heat-seeking missile from. It's like Missile Command. It's like Missile Command.
There's a dude on Instagram that I followed. I can't remember his name, but he had a lot of he has a lot of truth montages.
Oh yeah,
and I can only imagine that if or when he gets that rocket launcher, the montages that come up.
Truth. Most seeking rocket launchers are stupid. If someone just gets behind a barrier at the last minute, the rocket will go into the barrier, right? A Truth will stay the course until it gets right on you. It's amazing rocket, man. I love it. I'm telling you, in Gambit for invaders. I mean, never mind. I didn't say anything. Go ahead, Hazel. You got another one?
Another question?
Oh, no. It's my turn. You already used yours.
It's your turn.
Sneaky Snake followed up on his first question. He says, another thing I wanted to add on what I just said. Do you guys think you should be able to join separate clans on each platform you play on? For example, the Two Titans and a Hunters clan, Frozen, is mainly Xbox based, but your clan is mainly PlayStation based. Because of this, I have to play with clanmates on whatever platform I am playing on at the time. I think it would make it much easier if we could say join a clan on an Xbox just for playing on Xbox, but also join a clan on Steam for whenever I want to play on Steam. What do you guys think of this?
I agree with that. I think they should go back to how they did it before cross save. is whatever clan you were. Because I think originally on PC, I think I was in Bad's clan for half a second. Like, I think I was in that clan for a little bit, but on Xbox, I have my own.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, and with me, like, playing primarily on PC, so my clan originally, they're all Xbox guys.
Right.
And most of them, honestly, I think there's only one that's still, like, he's fighting the good fight, man. He's like the only guy that still plays. But I think that should be a thing where you could be they should let you join as many clans as you want. It doesn't matter what your platform is.
Yeah. What do you think, Hazel?
You know,
you agree?
I agree for sure.
You know, our clan is multi-platform, but it is tough right now because there is no cross save. That when some of our Xbox guys say, "Hey, we need one more for a raid," I'm like, I'm on PS5 and can't join them. But maybe I don't know. I think if anything, cross play will make it possible to have multi-platform clans even easier. So I disagree.
I just hope that they increase the.
Oh God, yes, we're fast approaching our limit, and I know.
Yeah, size of clan is another thing too. They just need to let you. Whatever you want.
Why the limit? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, all right. You guys got the last two, so
all right,
go for it.
So looks like Laz asked this one a while back, and this one stuck out to me. If you could choose one game to get a remaster, what would it be? Preferably one that already isn't getting a remaster. And I love this question because I have said this since like newer consoles came out. Give me a damn remaster of Chrono Trigger. Please.
Oh.
Somebody, for the love of God, give me Chrono Trigger is one of my top 5 games of all time. And it's beyond me. It's probably one of the best RPGs of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Everybody that loves RPGs will agree. Chrono Trigger is a fantastic RPG. I've owned it every time it's came available. I have it on Steam right now. I still play it. Give me a remaster, please.
Hazel, what's your opinion?
I would say, I don't know. I don't know if they ever did do a remaster of this, but I would probably say Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver.
Oh my God, yes, I agree with you. So there's two.
See, I'm a shooter guy, and for me, it would be Killzone 2. I love that game. That was my first online shooter before Call of Duty.
I will buy a PlayStation 5 tomorrow if they bring back Killzone and Warhawk.
Okay. Yeah, I love Killzone. Was awesome. Well, it's kind of like Destiny. It's a futuristic kind of shooter. I don't know why I'm drawn to those kinds of games, but
dude, it was so much fun. Killzone was so much fun.
God, man,
it was a blast. Warhawk. Did you ever play Warhawk online?
No, I didn't.
Do you remember the old school Warhawk that was on like the original PlayStation?
I know of the game.
Yeah, I played that.
So they had an online game. It was the only so you can get like the Warhawk plane, but it was an online only game. And it was huge teams and the maps were massive. Like it was crazy that they did that on that scale on the, I think it was, I can't remember if it was I think it was PlayStation 3, but it was, I mean, you can get in the Warhawk planes, you can get in Jeeps. You could be just a soldier on the ground, but it was like PvP type games. Like they did Capture the Flag, they did Team Deathmatch, stuff like that. But it was, dude, it was basically like a version of Battlefield in the Warhawk universe. It was freaking cool.
Nice.
But yeah.
I never played the online. I just played the original, like from way back.
Yeah.
So. Yep.
All right. That leaves it to you, Hazel, to close us out on questions for the night.
All right. Let's go with... Where the hell did my questions go? Here we go. All right. Question for the show. What is your favorite flare items of each type? Armor shader, emotes, emblem, etc.
Oh, that's a good question. That's Golden God. He's one of our newer members of our Discord.
Yeah, sorry there.
Yeah, thanks for putting that question in. H, what do you got, man? You remember
my
this stuff?
favorite flare type?
Of each.
Or just favorite from each?
Like armor shader, what's your favorite emote, emblem?
Something like that, yeah.
I think my favorite emote right now is like because I am a gunslinger through and through.
Mm-hmm.
So probably the little flaming knife flip for my emote. I think my favorite shader, I use a mix of both of these, but it's Warbrick and I think it's Bloody Tooth or Blood Tooth. But it's like a black and red.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks so sick.
It's like a duller red. It's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, man, my favorite, probably emblem would be, I don't know. Most of the Gambit ones are really good. One that I'm not going to get this season, but I think it looks freaking cool is the Crucible one. That Crucible one looks badass this season.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. You asked that, so I'll let you finish with answering it. Okay. Emblem. I'd have to go with, I love all the emblems, but I think I like one that just stands out really nice is, it was one of the latest Iron Banner emblems called Cast Iron. Just look it up. You'll see what it looks like. It looks like the Iron Banner symbol is on fire and there's just like embers, like just falling off of it, like in a breeze. It's just a beautiful emblem. Let's see. Favorite emote is You Shall Not Pass, where he throws down the stake, like in Jesus Christ. Seriously? God Almighty.
Lord of the Rings.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was going to say Lord of something else, and I didn't want to make a fool of myself.
Lord of Wolves.
Yeah, I was probably going to say that. And favorite shader, I think you guys know where I'm going to be leaning here, but I'll give you the exact name of it just in case. And what, Dim doesn't have shaders? What the hell? Oh, there they are. Okay. Favorite shader is Callus's Shadow. It's a bright gold shiny shader that I put on almost all of my gear. Callus's Shadow shader. It's from the Prestige raid, Leviathan. All right. Take us out, Hazel. What's your answer?
All right. Sorry, you said that, and then all of a sudden I was
I know.
Okay, I need to take a look at that.
I had to go look into it. That was a good question.
So, yeah, Callus's Shadow is a nice one. Yeah. But for me, my shader of choice is Coppertone Patina.
Really? Okay.
Yes, I like that. I just dig it. I've thrown it on everything. Before that, it was what was it from New Monarchy from like way back?
Oh
in the day.
Yeah, the royal red color.
New Monarchy Diamonds.
Oh,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Or it had like little like diamond accents on it. It was just I mean,
take notice, Bungie. People would participate in that clan only because of the shader sometimes, because it was so badass.
Well, they also had exotic catalysts that you could get.
That helped too.
Yeah, exactly. Then this one was kind of tricky for me here, where it was emblem. I was like, emblem? Like, what the hell? And then I even had to look and see what the hell my emblems were that I had even on my characters, just because I don't know what they were. But the one that I actually like the most is one that Gatr had that I actually ended up having to buy the volume 3 of the lore book for.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Tell Me a Story one.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's very, very awesome. I like
what I love about that emblem, and I have it on one of my characters right now. It's very detailed. It's very nice looking. Yeah, good choice, man.
It is.
What's your favorite emote?
Oh, emote. I don't know. I like the popcorn one. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. No, I mean the popcorn one is fun. Yes,
of course you do.
But the one that I use more than anything is what is it here? What's the name of it? Luxurious Toast.
Oh yeah, the callus one.
The callus one, yes. Nothing like jumping in that little canoe kind of thing, and then you press the button again and you raise your glass.
It's a
it's a
sofa.
Your shoulder.
It's a luxurious sofa. On a canoe.
But yeah, there's just nothing like that. I just love those emotes that you push the button again and it does another action.
Yeah.
So
nice. Good choices. All right. Well, hey, gang, I know we didn't get to all the questions tonight. We're already 49 minutes into questions. So I'm sorry. We got to save some for next week, but you'll see our guest next week. You'll be glad we did. So, no, I'm not going to tell anybody who the guest is this time. Anyway.
Do I know? Oh,
you know, of course, you know the document. Anyway, let's move on. Thanks guys for your questions. And if we didn't get to them, of course, we've got them saved up for next week. So thanks for that. Damn, great questions this week.
Yes.
All right. We'll be right back.
Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah. Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast.
Alrighty. Thank you, Mr. Elmer Fudd, for that intro. This is the final part of our show, gang. This is where we like to pick our songs for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist, just a simple sample of what all of us like to listen to here, and I'm curious as to what Mr. AgentAech, our music ambassador, has for tonight. Just search for the Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify, and we're now on iTunes for all the Apple guys out there and gals. I'll post all the links, of course, in our show notes, and we now have 537 songs, 38 hours, and 18 minutes of beautiful music representing all of us and all of our past guests. And I'm curious to see what Mr. AgentAech, our music ambassador, has for us tonight. What do you have, sir?
Man, we're getting heavy. So I put a song from these guys the last time I was on. At the time I had just discovered this band, and just kind of fell in love with them. And they actually had one of my favorite albums in all of 2020. This is from the album How to Survive a Funeral. The song is That's Just Life, and the band is Make Them Suffer.
I love that group.
They're just a solid metal band. I like their sound. I like how they change things up. They've got a female vocalist. She's not featured a whole lot in this song, but I like how they do feature her in I think about every song that they do. They're just fantastic. Second is from another one of my favorite albums of 2020. This is a super group that I don't think anyone knew that they needed, but some of my favorite bands, two of my favorite bands, so Mastodon and Soulfly. So Troy, the bass player from Mastodon, Max Cavalera from Sepultura and Soulfly, Greg Puciato from Dillinger Escape Plan, who I didn't ever really listen to, and now I listen to a ton, and that dude has kind of became one of my favorite vocalists. And Dave Elich from Mars Volta. That's another band I haven't given a whole lot of listens until I found these guys. But yeah, all four bands, fantastic bands. They came together, formed this super group, and had an awesome album. This is Dream Gone Bad by Killer Be Killed.
The man knows his music. Very good. Hazel, what'd you pick this week, man?
I like them. All right. So I went kind of a little bit older for one of my picks, just because I was trying to find something, and it's like weird because I think I heard, like, you know how you hear something and then it just kind of triggers like a memory, and then it leads you to a song and things like that. Well, I think actually what it was my wife and I were talking about MySpace, and that led me to this band, and this was Hinder, and it's Lips of an Angel.
Okay.
So
I'm laughing, but I'll let you finish and I'll tell you why I'm laughing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know why you're laughing. You mentioned it before, and I remember when I picked the song too, I was like,
yeah, but you're gonna love what I go ahead. Do your second pick.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a good song. It just kind of hits you right in the feels in a way that you don't really expect. I
love Hinder, man. That's a great group. Great group at the time in the 90s. They were just crazy good.
90s?
2000s. Sorry.
Yes, that's 2000s.
Sorry, I'm time is a weird construct for me.
Yeah, I was either going to go with that one or the first song of theirs that I heard was actually a free song on Apple iTunes. It was Get Stoned.
Oh.
And I was just going back and forth between those two.
Cool.
So, yeah, what was your story, Gator?
No, what's your second pick?
Oh, my second pick is Glitter and Gold by Barnes Courtney. This has a little bit of a country vibe to it, but it also has some edge to it. So,
okay, here's why I was laughing. My wife despises Hinder. She hates that song. But why I'm laughing is because she saw your pick tonight while I was on Discord at dinner, and she gave you her stamp of approval for the Barnes Courtney song. So I'm like, she loves you and hates you. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good picks, man. I approve. I like both picks. Okay. For my first pick, I was reminiscing a little bit this week, remembering what was, music was big back in the day when I was in high school and college. This English scumdeath, English singer, songwriter, musician has received the most excellent order of the British Empire and was the lead singer for an iconic band long ago. He's actually been rated by Rolling Stone as the number 15 in their list of the best singers of all time. He's collaborated with many singers then and now, and he's been known to say that when I was a kid, I used to hide in the curtains in my home and pretend to be Elvis at Christmas time. So I've chosen a song from this artist that was a big influence in my life, especially when I was in college. It's from the second of 11 studio solo albums. And this is the album Principle of Moments from 1983. It's the song Big Log from the rock god, Mr. Robert Plant, who, for those uninitiated, was the charismatic frontman of the group Led Zeppelin. For my second pick, this song was just released, and this is one of my favorite bands. My good old boys from Seattle, Washington, the band announced the album title, Medicine at Midnight, and its release date, February 5th, 2021. Just a few days. This is the single now that's out from this album. It's the song Waiting on a War from the supergroup known only as the Foo Fighters. Mrs. Gatr has chosen a song for this week. She says this: in honor of King of Leon's new music, I picked one of my favorite songs from their debut album in 2003. Holy cow. It's a long time ago. Molly's Chambers. Enjoy. Thank you, Mrs. Gatr. And Mr. Xanafan 711 has left us a song for this week. Oh, wow. In honor of H. This is a band that I believe we connected on via the first time we talked. It's Protest the Hero, Blindfolds Aside.
Fuck yeah.
Nice, man. Hell of a pick, man. Nice job.
Dude, Protest the Hero is so good.
Yeah.
They are really good.
I got to admit, H, I got to thank you, man. You've got me more involved in metal than I've ever been. And I'm not into the scream metal as much as you are, but I'm probably a notch down from that. More, I don't know how to progressive metal, I guess you could say, is what I like a little bit more. But ever since you introduced me to Devin Townsend, I have just been on a hunt finding all kinds of new talent. And a lot of my picks I've picked throughout the last weeks or years have been just from that initial finding out about Devin Townsend, Heavy Devi. So, dude, thank you for that.
So quick couple things with Zan's pick and with Devin Townsend. So I originally saw Devin Townsend when he was still with Strapping Young Lad, and it was at a festival. What was it called? Sounds of the Underground, and It was in Denver, outside the Pepsi Center. And he said something, and this is when he was with Strapping Young Lad, and it this phrase has stuck with me ever since. But it was the craziest shit. But he says at the end of he's walking off stage, and he says, "Remember, kids, suck a turd to a point and then stab yourself with it."
What?
And I was like, what the fuck are you saying? But it was the funniest shit. And if you listen to Devin Townsend's music, like his, what's the album Z Squared? Like his album Z Squared that's about a Ziltoid. Oh my God. It's so good. But it's just wild.
His imagination is crazy, man. It's off
one
the
of
charts.
One of the cool things, and on the Protest the Hero, so and this is why I appreciate Zan's pick so much. Protest the Hero was about to come on this podcast. I was gonna pick them. I had a song picked out, and I have a story behind it because I've never been in a band. I love music so much, but I've never been in a band. But I have to imagine that this has got to be one of the coolest experiences. And I'll post it. I think I put a video in the music channel at one point, but the song is Mist by Protest the Hero. And it's a story about how they went to Newfoundland to play a show. They went there, they played a show, wasn't for a lot of people. They went back to play a show in Newfoundland again. I don't know if it was the same venue, but the same place. And they're on stage, and during their first song, the drum riser collapsed.
What?
The crowd, like one of the promoters, and then the crowd caught it and held it up for the band to play, like finish the song.
Wow.
And so now they go back to Newfoundland and play all the time. Like, jeez. And it's just they wrote a song about it, and they have it. Like, if you look at the video, and I'll post the video.
Yeah, please.
But it's got to be one of the coolest freaking things that if you're in a band and the stage starts to fall apart, like they have a line in the song and they say it. They're like, this isn't an exaggeration. Like the line in the song is stood on the shoulders of proud Newfoundlanders. And they're like, that isn't a saying. That's literal. Like they held the stage up on their shoulders so we could finish the song.
That's
like,
crazy.
That's fucking cool.
That is crazy.
So I just, and that's always like Protest the Hero is just, if you listen to their sound, they're heavy, but they're very different. And Rhodey has such a unique voice that, yeah, man, I'll always listen to any of their stuff. So yeah, I for Zane to put that song on there, man, I love that.
He's a good guy. He's good people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good deal, man. Hey guys, thanks for coming on tonight. This is awesome. Hey, listeners, if you like what you're listening to, you like everything you've heard tonight, do us a favor, spread the word out there. Hit that share button. I know, I didn't know there was a share button on a podcast app either. Whatever app of choice you're using to listen to your podcast, hit that share button. Leave us a review if you like. That'd be nice. We just appreciate all you guys out there that listen to our little show. And hopefully we put at least a little bit of a smile on your face, when you're out and about, especially with all the crap going on in the world right now. So thank you in advance. Thank you. So, guys, I think that's it. I think we're done. Another episode in the can. Just for our listeners out there, we have 79. Damn, that's hard to say. 79 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over our community. Definitely Destiny focused. But take a look at those, and you can listen to them in any order you like. So, H, thanks, man. Had a great time tonight.
Thanks for having me back on.
It's so easy to, I can't put this into words. It's just a feeling that I know when you're coming on, it's just going to be a good time. I'm not stressed about the show. I'm just going with the flow, man. I'm just very comfortable. So, thanks for coming on, man. This was awesome.
Well, I'm glad you guys had me back, even though I haven't played the game a whole lot. It's still glad you guys had me on to just talk a little noise.
Well, we wanted to hear it from someone who doesn't play as much. I mean, it's easy for me and Hazel to talk about it. We play every week. But, someone who maybe is outside looking in, so to speak, and plays other games. Me and Hazel thought that was a great perspective, especially with, everything that's going on in the community right now.
Yeah. The biggest thing I would say, and this is something that I have, I will always hold true is, if you enjoy playing the game, play the shit out of it. Do what you like. Nips always says it best. Like what you like and don't apologize.
Yep.
If you're enjoying the game, then play it and love it. Do you. But, for all the, I don't know, man, all the YouTubers that are out there, all the Twitch streamers, just remember those guys are doing this shit for a paycheck. Form your own opinion. You do your thing. So. Yep.
Well said.
Exactly.
Well, Mr. H, how can everybody find you out there, buddy?
Dude, pretty simple, man. AgentAech almost everywhere. AGENTAECH. I'm on Twitter occasionally. If you feel like watching some disc golf videos or Warzone, or maybe I've been getting Apex footage lately. I have put some stuff on YouTube, same name there, and I don't know, man. I've streamed a little bit during FUD's tournaments, and I mean, it's kind of fun. So if you want to check out a stream maybe once a week, then it's AgentAech on Twitch with an underscore in between.
Very good. Hazel?
Hazel, NT. Anywhere and everywhere. Right. Keep it simple.
Yeah. You can contact me on the Twitter. It's at Todd the Gatr. Remember, that's Gatr. Let's see. I did want to mention that our shows now are posted to our YouTube channel. Well, it's my YouTube channel, but it's for the time being, it's the show's YouTube channel. So that is the same spelling, Gatr, all caps, underscores in between. And like I said, you can find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4 as Gatr, all caps, Gatr, underscores in between, and Gatr space GDC on Xbox. You can find our show on whatever podcast app you have out there, whatever catcher you're using, or you can just listen to us directly from our website, GuardianDownCast.com. You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, and we're on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast for show questions or whatever you want to talk to us about. Holla. Like I said, guardiandowncast.com for all the details. We have a bunch of great gamers in our Discord as well, and search for Guardian Downcast, and I always post a permanent link in our show notes to come to our Discord, which a lot of you have. Thank you for that. Love seeing new faces show up, and it's really cool to see people support us. So thank you.
It is.
Hey, everybody. Continue to be safe out there, and more importantly, take care of one another.
Guardians are measured by their ability to come back from defeat. So stand. Fight!
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Toddles.
Peace.
I love it. Perfect. Drank some English breakfast tea.
Yeah.
Some Old English, some OE.
No,
Hey, Gator's got a 40.
no.
That would be amazing.
No, yeah. You see that
Damn,
picture?
son. Last night it was margaritas. Today you got 40s.
No 40, no 40s today.
How hard is it to type with Edward 40 hands going on?
Exactly.
Why don't you spank my ass, Guardian?
Guardian. So, you seen my colonel?
Guardian, what's the probability that you will go out with me tonight? I was hoping that would be better.